Makes it an 8-point game. Hogs throw it in. Ewan across the timeline. 2 seconds, 1 second. The Razorbacks win it. Today, the Razorbacks make it 5 straight wins over Mizzou in this building. They've beaten the Tigers 9 of the last 11 times overall. And they knock off the Tigers today 94-86.
I did not know what to expect, and I was prepared to defend them if they just didn't have it today. I was ready. I had it. You want me to tell you what I was going to say? I'll tell you. That they didn't have it. I got their backs. That Alabama game where you make more baskets, more threes, 6, 7 turns, they have 12. That's more possessions. 6 blocks against 1 block, and you lose. And it's on the road, and it's crazy. Wouldn't you expect a letdown in this game? I did. So I was ready for it. And what I told the staff, if they really come out and give us something, they're better than I thought. Because half of this is the mental part of it, especially now.
Big win for the Razorbacks, no letdown. Glad you're with us, Westmore. Joe Franklin, Out of Bounds on this Monday. It is a weekend recap brought to you by Fleet Management Services, and we got a lot to get to. We started with Arkansas, Missouri. We got breaking news. Darius Acuff is your SEC Player of the Week. Not Freshman of the Week, Player of the Week.
Well deserved. He's been playing really good, and coming off those last 2 performances, it's well deserved.
Yeah, 49 points should get you the SEC Player of the Week. He backed it up with a ho-hum 20 against Missouri. Not one of his better games. That's the standard we have set for Darius Acuff. He only had 20 points. He only had, 4 assists, I think it was. You could tell he was hobbled a little bit, not the same. He had 5 assists, 4 rebounds. But 25 and 4. We're like, yeah, okay, that's an okay game from Darius Acuff. Not his average either, but he played well enough for Arkansas to get the victory. I thought the
well, altogether for those 2 games, almost 70 combined points.
So. Yeah, almost 34.5 points a game, like 4 assists a game, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, that's what they look at for the week. They look at both games.
And Hubbard did not follow up his explosive game midweek with a great game on Saturday. So Darius Acuff, anyway, is the Player of the Week. You have Arkansas sticking at number 20 in the newest rankings, the AP rankings that came out earlier today. Next up is Texas A&M. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and then the big one, Saturday at Florida. Saturday night at Florida. In college, what do they call it? Is it college game day? Is that what they call it for basketball too? They're going to be there on the campus at Gainesville, so that is going to be one hyped-up game, and hopefully Arkansas can take care of business Wednesday night and create a matchup to where, you know what, if Arkansas wins this game, they still got a chance to win the SEC. You'll need some help and need Florida to lose, and who knows, maybe it's this Wednesday. That would be awesome. If Arkansas wins and Florida loses at Texas, then that game would have some big SEC implications. But first things first, Arkansas has to take care of business Wednesday against Texas A&M. And the baseball Hogs sweep, and they finished it off in fine fashion yesterday, winning 11-0 over Xavier. Colin Fisher was just incredible. 8 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, and it was a little infield nubber early in the game. Didn't walk anybody, 11 strikeouts. He was that close from a perfect game, and Arkansas walks it off with the home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And they have the 10-run rule go in effect. Arkansas wins in 8, 11-0. They won a nail-biter on Saturday, 7-6, another walk-off. Steele Eves, our guy, gets the victory. He is 2-0 on the season and has not given up an earned run. Steele Eves will join us at 2:30 today, thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance. And on on Friday, Arkansas got the 5-2 victory over Xavier to get the series started off on a good note. Softball also swept over the weekend. They're up in the top 10 in the rankings, so it was a good weekend for the Razorbacks. I want to go back, and Joe Klein's going to be in the studio with us here in a bit, and we'll talk some basketball with him. Razorback basketball game. So Arkansas they got off to another decent start. They were just trading baskets. Each team, a little 4-0 run here, 4-0 run for Missouri, back and forth. But Missouri's big guy was just dominating the inside. I know, shocking. A big development here. Big man for the opposing team having success. But Mark Mitchell was just torching Arkansas. I think he had 18 points in the first half and was just dominant. Second half, it seemed like they almost used him as a decoy. He would go draw the double team or draw the attention and kick it out, and had a bunch of assists in the second half. He finished with 8 assists. Man, I was like, if I'm coaching Missouri, Mark Mitchell's touching the ball every time in the paint because he is abusing everyone that was trying to guard him. And they put everybody on him. I mean, Nick Pringle started on him. Then you had Malik Ewan came in, tried to guard him. Then they even tried to put Brazil, bless his heart. That's just a bad matchup. His low post defense is not good at all, and Mitchell was abusing him too. They finally, in the second half, put Billy Richmond on him, and I loved it. But Billy, I don't know. Billy can do no wrong. Billy got a bad intentional foul, or what they call it, a flagrant one foul at the half, and no one cared. I mean, Billy has built up so much grace that he can do something dumb like that and get away with it. Nobody cares. That's Billy for you. I mean, he was celebrating, had his arms out wide, stretched out. And look, the Missouri guy was there. He could have moved his arm, but Billy made sure his arm stayed there and popped the guy in the head with it. And they reviewed it and got a flagrant one. And Missouri gets a free throw to start the second half. Very odd way to start the second half, but that's Billy for you. Anyway, I loved how he played. He's a little undersized. Mitchell's a little bigger than him, but Billy just got after him and tried to use his quickness and maneuver around him and just be a little gnat on Mark Mitchell. And he did a pretty good job against him, and that's what they'll have to have. I watched Duke, Michigan. Afterwards, we're doing the Razorback basketball postgame show brought to you by Bet Saracen at Walk-Ons, and they had the Duke, Michigan game on. What a great game. Just two really, really good teams. Somebody said that's like an Elite Eight game. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's like a championship game. At the worst, that's a Final Four game. Those teams are really good, a different level, and you're watching those big guys, and I'm like, I don't know what Arkansas does. I don't know. Arkansas, to beat a Duke or Michigan, is going to have to shoot like 45, 50% from the three and just have a great scoring game and outscore them because they're going to have the advantage inside, and Arkansas is going to have the advantage outside.
Well, we've seen Arkansas Duke, so we've seen what that game looks like. Now, of course, if they were to play a second time, then both teams would adjust. Arkansas would probably make more adjustments because they were the losing team. And we've heard from coaches before where they say if you win a game, you're probably at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to adjustments because you're not going to make as many because you feel like what you did worked and you were able to win the game. So, you would be looking at a different game with the two of them if they played because Arkansas is going to make some adjustments. But with that game overall, you're talking about two of the best teams in the country. So when it comes to seeding, they're not going to put those two teams together in the same region. So you would be looking at later in the tournament, Final Four championship type game.
Yeah, unless one of those two just completely falls apart the last couple of weeks of the season, those are two of your 4 number 1 seeds. Arkansas was trailing in this game against Missouri, and honestly, things weren't looking good. In fact, I was a little nervous in the first half. I wasn't sure. I wasn't having a good thoughts about winning. I was thinking here, the Alabama, the hangover, it's just too much to ask. They just don't look right. They're down 7 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. And Darius Acuff goes to the bench, and I'm like, all right, well, they're going to give him about a minute 20 rest. As soon as they hit the under 4 media timeout, he'll be back in the game, and he'll finish the half. But then a funny thing happened. Those 5 guys on the court started playing really well. They started clicking. The defense picked up. That is something I did notice in the first half. Acuff was getting blown by, letting guys get to the basket. He was late to rotate over several times. Mitchell, or one of their big guys, he was too late to get there, and they would just catch it in front of him and dunk it or lay it in. Just looked a little sluggish, a little slow. And Arkansas put him on the bench, and those guys took over. And DJ Wagner had just a really good 5-minute stretch where he had a three, hit a layup, had a dunk, basically a posterizing dunk. And this team just took off with Acuff sitting on the bench. Brazil hit a big shot. Billy Richmond, of course. Ewan had several baskets during this time. And Arkansas goes from trailing 35-28, down 7, to leading at the half by 6. It was a 19-6 run. They outscored them by 13 points with Acuff on the bench. That's a learning moment for this team. That is something that they can put in their back pocket, and if there's a time where they have to play without Darius Acuff, realize they have other guys on this team that can score. And that's how this game ended up Saturday. You had contributions from every single player on the team. Every guy on this team had their moment. So I just told you about DJ's moment there with Acuff out of the game running the point. Malik Ewan finished with 16 points and 8 rebounds. That's the Malik Ewan you got to have during the NCAA tournament. That's the Malik Ewan you're going to have against Florida Saturday. He has got to be active. He has got to use his athleticism. He has got to get to the rim, and he's got to provide a little bit of scoring for this team. Darius Acuff, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. It was a career-high free throws attempted. It tied a career high with 11 made free throws, and he drew 9 fouls. That was a career high. Malik Thomas, he had 5 points there at the end of the game that pretty much sealed it. Any thoughts of Missouri coming back? Malik, layup, Malik, 3, game over. Billy Richmond led the team in scoring. It's the first time in SEC play one of the freshmen didn't lead the team in scoring. Acuff had led it in all the games except for one, and Malik Thomas led the team in that one game. Billy Richmond hitting mid-range jumpers, hitting some threes. He had 2 threes in this game. And I was talking with Acree and DJ, and Coach Calipari said he thought Billy had it's the quietest 21 points you're ever going to see. I couldn't disagree more. Coach Cal, I love listening to him talk, and I love the things he says, but that was not a quiet 21 points. Billy Richmond scored 12 of 14 points for Arkansas at one stretch of the game. He took over. It was not quiet. I mean, every time Billy shoots a little mid-range or 3, you're like, oh, okay. That's worth noting. Billy's hitting outside shots. And, of course, Billy dunking is always going to bring the house down. Nick Pringle. You know, Pringle, and it's a great story, and we'll probably get to it. Coach Calipari said during his post-game talk, Nick Pringle came up to him at the half. Said, Coach, it won't hurt my feelings if you start Malik Ewan in the second half. Malik's playing really well. He deserves to start. So Coach did. Started Malik Ewan in the second half, and Nick didn't play a whole lot in the second half, but he ended up with 12 minutes and 2 offensive rebounds. Those 2 offensive rebounds came on the same possession. He got the offensive rebound, kicked it out. They missed the 3. He got the rebound, kicked it out. Brazil hit the 3. Huge moment. Just sucked the life out of Missouri. That was a very active Nick Pringle. And Trevin Brazil led the team in assists with 6. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds. I thought he played well offensively, and he got an offensive rebound. Joe, I stood up at walk-ons and clapped and tipped my cap to Trevin Brazil because he crashed the boards. And you know what happened when he crashed the boards? He got an offensive rebound, and I think he was fouled and went to the free throw line and hit both free throws. And he hit 2 front end of 1-and-1s. That was big. Missouri was trying to, they were still right around, clawing back, 5-point game. He'd go to the free throw line, hit the front end, made both. Did it twice. So I thought it was a great team win for Arkansas against a desperate Missouri team that can score. Missouri's problem is they can't play defense either. They're a bad defensive team.
Well, that's what we heard going into the game. And then that's something that both teams were faced with, but also credit to Arkansas for just playing a lot better offensively and breaking through, especially that stretch run in the first half, and that's pretty much where the game was won.
Arkansas did all the little things. I mean, they had fewer turnovers, 10-5, so they had more points off turnovers. They tied points in the paint. Arkansas led in second chance points. Arkansas had more fast break points. It was 17-0 until right there at the very end of the game, and they got a dunk that didn't matter. Arkansas had outscored them 17-0 in fast break points. They did a good job on the boards, out-rebounding Missouri. They were active inside. They took care of the basketball. Oh, and they hit their free throws, 22 of 25. Missouri was 17 of 23. A little 5-point advantage right there. So, you know what? You didn't play your best. You were a little lethargic after the double overtime loss to Alabama. Your best player didn't have his best game, and this team found a way to win because of team ball. It's a good win. It's a good win. Let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. First one up, 870. This is Tim in Stuttgart. Said, I was hoping someone would talk about that 13-point swing when DJ went in and the defense clamped down. Yep, Tim, that was a huge moment in the game. That was probably what won them the game right there. I mean, to go from being down 6 right before the half to being up 7, that was huge. And you're right, the defense was a lot different with DJ. That is one thing DJ, he doesn't get credit for. Very rarely, unless you're a Billy Richmond, do you get credit for playing really good defense. But DJ used his size advantage. He was bigger. He's a little bit taller. He's stronger. And you could see he was making an impact on the defensive end, and that's part of the reason for that 19-6 run. LC in Sherwood writes in, says, guys, the Missouri big was throwing and hooking with the same elbows that Duke's Boozer used on us. LC, there's nothing wrong with it if they're not going to call it. I wasn't a big guy, but I played the position. Joe Klein is much more of an expert to talk about it than I am. But if they're going to let you get away with it, you use it. You use those angles, your elbows. You use that offhand to hold them back. You do everything you can. And if they're not going to call it, you just keep doing it. I tip my cap to him. I wish we had guys that did that. Jeff, without all the hooks by Boozer in the first game, we could have won. Yeah, but you know what? I was watching the Michigan game. He was doing the same thing. He would pivot on those guys, use that elbow, and hold them off. And then that elbow, that arm would just extend and just hold them off as he goes to the ball. Just a little hook and hold. Not a hook and hold like a flagrant, but a hook with the elbow and then hold them off with that off arm. We'll get back to the Middleton Heat and Air text line in a bit. Let's take some of these phone calls. I'm not going to make you wait all day. We'll start with Savage. What's up, Savage?
What's going on? It's not a foul till it's called, Wes.
That's right.
So that's my point of view. I'm with you. And you may not know the answer on this, but I'm watching the Duke Michigan game. So Duke requested they get the official ball that's used during the NCAA tournament, which is the Wilson ball. And there's a Nike, a Spalding, and there's different basketballs out there. And, you know, if you're a shooter, different textures for the basketball is different. Why is it not just one basketball year-round for the entire NCAA instead of switching these basketballs out, especially for the Wilson for the NCAA tournament? I'll get off there.
Yeah, it's money. I mean, schools have contracts with these basketballs. Those basketballs are provided, probably make a little extra cash because they're using that ball. Coach Z was telling us right before, was it the Vanderbilt game? There's one team that uses a different ball in the SEC from everybody else. And they like to get in there a little early to play with those basketballs and get used to those basketballs because it is different. We all know you play any kind of basketball, there are different types, different feels. The leather's different on some. Some of them have a little bit more bounce, a little harder to catch. It's money, Savage. But you would think that the NCAA or somebody could come up with a contract that this team, company X provides all the basketballs for all the teams for all the games, and so there's no change.
They should, but they're individualized right now, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, that would suck. That cost you, or you're used to playing one type of basketball, and then you get into the NCAA tournament, it's entirely different, and you just kaput.
Even like football, there may not be different brands, but you see that each team, when they're on offense, their logo is on the ball, so they're using the footballs that they want to use.
It'd be difficult for basketball, right? Get the rebound, throw the ball out, and get your own balls for your offensive possession, then change the ball out every possession. Joey's in Little Rock. What's up, Joey? Joey.
How many pickup games did y'all play with different balls with? Come on now.
No, it
If
sucks.
You can shoot.
No, I will argue that. I'll change a ball out. I'll be like, no, we won. We're playing with our ball. No, this ball sucks.
You remember some of those balls used to have to get wet just to get a little stickiness to them.
Yes, yeah. Go scuff it up a little bit so you can grip it.
Right. Yeah, you just put it down on the concrete and scuff it up, get a little tread on it,
Mm-hmm.
But those are the old days.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad we didn't have a hangover this weekend. It's good to see. I tell you what, when ACUF went out and we made that run, that really impressed me to say that some of those guys are ready to step up. He must have had a couple good days of practice and talking to them, I feel like Thursday and Friday, to get them ready for Saturday. That's one thing about Cal. And people can say he can recruit, but I think he's a great coach, too.
Well, he said
I
after
think
the
he gets
game
guys prepared.
that, they got back late Wednesday night. He said, we did nothing Thursday. We came in Friday and basically had a walk-through practice. We had some plays, and we just kind of went through the plays, half speed, walking through them, and that was it. And he said, I'm probably going to do it after this game because this team is smart. He said, I don't have to. And he's like, what am I going to do, get them in shape at this time of the year? He's like, these guys are already in shape.
That's what I was going to say. This time of year, giving them a little rest probably pays off more than it does getting in the gym, spending 3-4 hours,
And that's what he sounds like he's doing.
I tell you what, I really paid attention to Florida this weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. Man, they are good.
Yeah.
That front court is, man, they gave it to Ole Miss. I know Ole Miss is just the middle of the pack, but, they gave us fits. And I tell you what, this is going to be hard to beat. And I kind of got a feel up. I watch all the, college game days and the sports talks and, all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, we either need to get a 3 seed or a 6 seed. Because if we're a 4 or 5, we have to play a 1 seed that first round, the second weekend. Boy, those top 4 teams, they're all playing good right now.
Yes, they are.
I'd hate to see Duke or Arizona that first Thursday or Friday the second weekend, but
I don't want to see Duke, Arizona.
I want to win out,
or Michigan.
Right. I want to say just go ahead and win them all out, but if we do happen to lose to Florida, maybe give some of our guys a little extra rest next week.
Well, you still want to get in that top 4, Joey. You don't want to, you want to make sure that you're not playing until Friday.
Yeah, it looks like from the standings, even if we drop 2 games, I still think we're going to have that 4 seed pretty much impact with Tennessee and Alabama would be in front of us. But everybody else, I think, is like 2 or 3 games behind, especially with Vandy losing this weekend. I think they're the next closest to us.
A&M.
They're 2 games behind us.
A&M's 1 game behind Arkansas. So, yes, this is a huge game Wednesday. Okay. You beat A&M. You're 2 games ahead of them, and you have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So, yes, I would feel really good about Arkansas's chances of being a top 4 seed if they beat Texas A&M Wednesday night.
Well, good deal. Well, I finally got to listen to y'all's post game this weekend. Usually the games are so late. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning for work. I don't get to listen to it. But y'all do a pretty good job, you and Christian together. So
thanks, Joey. I appreciate
doing y'all's thing.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good rest of the day.
See you, Joey. I guess Joey will miss Wednesday night's post game show since it's a 8 o'clock start, meaning we'll go on the air about 10:45 Wednesday night. And same thing Saturday night. 7:30 start for Florida. Be a late Bet Saracen Razorback basketball postgame show at Walk-Ons. But then the last 2 got a 6 o'clock start against Texas and then an 11 o'clock start at Missouri on the final Saturday of the season. Yeah, Florida has changed my mind. Florida, their front court's always been really good. Their back court's what's made the difference. And you got to give a little prop to Boogie Flan. He is playing better. That Xavier Lee is playing really well for them, and the Klavzar is coming in off the bench, and that dude's been shooting lights out. Against Ole Miss, he was 4 or 5 from the three-point line, had 15 points in 22 minutes on 7 attempts. Xavier Lee, he had 11 and 10 assists. I think he's been handling the ball a little bit more than Boogie. He's been having a lot more assists than Boogie. Boogie also had 11 points. He was 3 of 6 from the three-point line. But that's been the difference in this Florida team. Once their backcourt started playing well, they've taken off. and looked really good. There was a stretch, about a month ago. I was like, I'm not buying Florida. I'm not buying. They don't have the guards. Well, since then, those guards have started playing really well, and now Florida is a legit, could be a 2 seed in the SEC or in the NCAA tournament. Joe Klein's walking into the studio. We'll get him involved when we come back. We'll talk to him about the Missouri game, the SEC in general, and NCAA basketball. Be a fun 30 minutes with Joe.
Like it always is.
He said, like it always is. We'll get his mic turned on so you can hear him when we come back. Stick around. No, you're not. No, you don't go on the payroll for another 4 minutes. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by D3 Auto Sales, Arkansas's #1 independent used car dealership, specializing in level and lifted trucks. D3AutoSales.com.
This is Sports Center.
For the first time in Olympic history, Team USA completed a sweep of hockey gold medals in the men's and women's events at the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics as the men won an overtime match 2-1 over the Canadian team. In nearly identical fashion, the U.S. women's team also beat Canada 2-1 in overtime. The United States is only the second country in history to sweep gold medals in men's and women's hockey during the same Olympic Games, joining who else but Canada, which did so 3 times in 2002, 2010, and 2014. The men's team had not won a gold medal since the famed Miracle on Ice team, who defeated the Soviet Union 46 years ago. And on Saturday, the Razorback men's basketball team defeated Missouri 94-86. It was Billy Richmond III leading the team in scoring with 21 points, and Darius A. Cup Jr. had 20 points on the night. I'm Trip Keeter for the Buzz Radio Network.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Sword in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Sword, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours, or just a little too cheap, or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hey now, Roger Scott here. I want to talk straight with you for a sec. Addiction doesn't just affect one habit. It affects everything. Your health, your family, your future. And too many treatment centers feel cold, clinical, or just impossible to reach. That's why Peak State Recovery is different. Peak State Recovery is now open in Perrin, Arkansas, delivering a whole-person approach to addiction treatment, combining proven, evidence-based medical care with real wellness and healing. And they'll come get you. Transportation is provided anywhere in Arkansas. And with most insurances, treatment may cost you nothing. It's not a sterile hospital setting. It's a spa-like detox with infrared saunas, aromatherapy, and massage chairs, yoga, meditation, breathwork, art therapy, and structured fitness programs that rebuild strength and focus, backed by clinical therapies that work. As CEO Christopher Dickey says, clients do not just get sober, they come alive again. If you are ready, or someone you love is, start today. Visit PeakStateRecovery.com or call 501-881-2087. Peak State Recovery. Real treatment, real change.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
Ready for action? Your Little Rock Trojans are turning up the heat. Be there when the Trojans take the floor at the Jack Stevens Center on February 28th as the women take on Southern Indiana at 1 and the men at 3. Every play, every shot. It's the hottest game in town. Get tickets today. Single game tickets and multi-game ticket packs are available at lrtrojans.com. Don't miss out on the action. Get your tickets now at lrtrojans.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at trueservice.net.
Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds. Westmore, Joe Franklin, Joe Klein hanging out in the studio with us. What's up, Joe?
How are y'all, man?
Doing good. What's up,
Y'all
Joe?
have a good weekend?
Oh, yeah. How about you?
Good. It was quiet. I very much enjoyed that. Had my granddaughter, little Evie, and she's an angel. She sleeps, she eats, does her business. She's
perfect.
How old is she?
She's 4 months.
4 months.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, she's just like me.
Sleeps,
Dana
eats,
would
does
say,
your
yeah,
stuff. And...
yeah. Leave, she, I'm perfect.
Did you get to watch the game with her?
I did. Yep, I did. It was a good game. I knew it would be a test.
Mm-hmm.
Missouri's good enough to, and then Mitchell. I worry about anybody that has a physical kind of presence in the middle. It's just a problem for us.
Yeah.
And God help us Saturday, but we won't go there right now. But yeah, so
they'll have to have some help Wednesday because A&M's. What's his name? He's undersized, but he's thick.
Yeah.
He's strong. He looks like a tight end, and he just makes a living.
Puts the ball on the floor.
Yep.
Just
He'll post you up. He'll take you outside, hit a three.
They spread it. They got a lot of guys. So he's usually got some room to operate because of the. They put up the threes. Oh man, what's his name? But he's a good player too.
AG.
Yeah.
AG.
Yep. So, but he ain't Chinny Lou, Condon, and Hawk.
Yeah, there's a lot more down the road.
Yeah, Mitchell's only like 6'8", and so you could have put Billy on him. And Billy gave him some issues in the second half, and I thought he did the best out of everybody on him.
Yeah, and Billy's good. Like I remember when I was playing, I hated guys like that because back, especially when we played, you were pounding, so you would lean up against a guy and you could find him and know where to seal him and blah blah blah, do all that. When you had a guy like Billy, man, you couldn't get to him, because he's over here, he's over there, he's circling you, he's in front of you, he's behind you. You bring the ball down, he's slapping at it, and it's just like a gnat. You can't.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, you can't find him. You can't kill him, and so. Those guys that are, and if they have a little size, a little strength, which Billy does, I mean, they can really be a problem for guys who want to play and operate in the post.
It's hard to post up somebody when you can't get your body on them.
Absolutely.
And
it's hard to make that pass too.
Yeah.
Because you
don't know where he's going to be.
have him locked up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the problem when you were talking about that, I think with specifically Brazile and Ewan, they try to halfway do a little bit of both, try to get around and get a guy, and then also try to push on him a little bit, and that's when they get caught. I don't think you can do halfway do it. You've got to go one way or the other. You either body him up and push him out and keep him out of there, or you're running around doing what Billy's trying to do.
Yeah, when you're playing in the post defensively, you got to do your work early. I mean, you can't be standing there and then decide to play post defense after the guy sits down in front of you, and now you try to get around him against a good, like a Mitchell or a Chinny Lou or somebody that they're going to see, down the stretch. You're dead meat. I mean, they've got you deep and they've got you locked on their back, and you're done. And that where you see most, not just Arkansas fouls, when you see fouls in the post that are from a guy catching it in the post, 9 times out of 10, it's because they're caught napping or they're caught kind of ball watching, and then all of a sudden it's that you-know-what moment. The guy's sitting down in front of him, and it's like, now I'm going to play some defense. Well, it's too late then. And a lot of times shot blockers have that mentality. You're Ewan and Brazil and stuff. They're like, I'm gonna block the shot. And you saw with the big kid from Alabama, time and time again, if he wasn't getting an offensive rebound, he was catching it deep. Mm-hmm. And when you catch it deep, like in that cylinder area or close to that cylinder area, it's like when I would coach guys at Little Rock, I'd be like, cancel Christmas. It's over. Mm-hmm. You're going to foul them, they're going to score, or you're going to do both. Mm-hmm. Because you cannot let people catch the ball there. And again, that goes back to offensive because you're asking for it. And so, that's where Brazil, Ewing, and even Pringle, because Pringle's big for what we have, mm-hmm. thick for mm-hmm. what we have, but, he's undersized Saturday.
Yeah.
And so he can't get into with Chinny Lou or Condon, he can't get down there and get in a wrestling match with him because he's going to lose. He's going to get out of position. He's going to get in foul trouble. So, our guys got to do a better job of doing their work early. And then if they get caught, hopefully you get them off the block a little bit, get them out a little bit. And then now that's where your shot blocking and your ability to be an athlete mm-hmm. is more advantageous than because you don't have the power under the basket, a little ways from the basket, a little more finesse is involved. That's more to your advantage.
Positive we saw with Ewan in this game, more minutes played.
Absolutely.
And the rebounds picked up there. Points and rebounds, didn't quite get the double-double, but 8 rebounds, and you're getting some offensive rebounds with it.
I'm sitting there going,
who is this guy?
Dude, you don't have to be this good, but you can't be nothing and then this and then nothing.
You got to be consistent, a little more consistent.
It's like Cal said at the beginning of the year, and he says it all the time. He said, if you don't have a physical presence in the lane, in the post area, you're a fraud. You're a fraud as a team. You got to have something. Mm-hmm. Again, it doesn't have to be like Florida. It doesn't have to be like that, but it can't be like it was against Alabama. I mean, you gotta get something that you can hang your hat in. And again, it's not always scoring. It's not letting Phillips. Was that the guy's name at Alabama? The 22.
Yeah, the big guy that was running the pick and roll all night and just getting dunks.
The guy that averaged 10 points and had, 28? Yeah.
Is it Sellers?
Seller, yeah, something like that. It was with an S. That's what can't happen. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to shut people down and dominate people, but you cannot get dominated because that's just a
Cheryl.
Yeah, that and hats off to him. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him. He kicked us, and so, but yeah, that's we just got to have more resistance.
He went back to his normal 12 points against LSU.
Yeah,
but LSU has some big dudes.
And don't get me wrong, that's a good. I mean, 12 points in an SEC game is good.
But that's 28.
But 28 is like
he took advantage of how they defended him.
Yeah, 28 is like I'm going to the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm leaving early. I mean, it's like Bediako. I'm leaving early. Man. Nobody wants. I had 28 against Arkansas. I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
Did it drive you crazy against Alabama, the pick and roll the other night?
right down the middle. I mean, it just didn't look like they were on the same page. I mean, it just because if you're going to trap it or show long, or then when he rolls, the dudes on the baseline are rotating. Who's picking him up?
But nobody was.
Yeah.
And when I was telling Joe, it was they were afraid to leave their man because Alabama's such a good 3-point shooting contest. It was team, so it was almost like they were like, we'll leave the middle open and see if he can beat us because they're not going to beat us from outside.
Well, they were not on the same page because there's no defense that lets a big dude roll down the middle untouched like that. Like I said, if you're gonna hedge long or trap it, then you're rotating. Especially if the guy rolls, then you're taking away the dunk,
the easy two,
and you give up the three. If you're not giving up the three, then you're going under. If you're going under that, or you're playing drop coverage and he's going under or whatever, or he's trying to fight over the top and you're helping if he drives, but you're back in the lane trying to take away the dunk. So, I mean, obviously there was some miscommunication or guys weren't on the same page there.
Of these three bigs, probably continue to see different combinations, but you like what this combination with Brazil and Ewing?
I like what Brazil is doing because Brazil every game is, I mean, even in the Alabama game, what did he have, 5 blocks, 6 blocks? I mean, he
was active.
He had 8 rebounds. I mean, his scoring was 8, 10 points, and I mean, again, that if you got that from one of the other guys too, or even if you got that from both of the other guys combined, I mean. Again,
that's what killed them against Alabama. They had that stretch where Acuff didn't shoot. No one else stepped up, and they went on a 19-2 run.
When somebody scores 15 straight field goals, they're not knocking down threes, man. They're getting layups and getting dunks and offensive rebounds because you're not taking contested tough shots. You're getting what you want, and for that stretch right there, they really didn't guard the ball well, didn't do the pick and roll good, and didn't box out for that little stretch there. And I think that's where Alabama was able to get back in the game and take the lead a little bit. Instead of Arkansas putting their foot on their neck and making them, again, you say this always carefully with Alabama, making them shoot threes. But after about the third time that Phylon drove left and got all the way to the hole, okay, if I'm guarding him, I'm going to back off a little bit, shade his left hand, and just say, you're doing something else. I don't know what you're doing. You're going to pull up and shoot a 3, or you're going to go right. But we're done with the left hand to the basket thing. And so, again, and these things are all easier said than done. Because the team you're going against and the guy you're going against, Phylon, I mean, he's probably going to play in the league for a while. So, again, it's easy to just sit there but, I mean, I just, it was from a defensive standpoint, it was just they weren't on the same page.
More with Joe Klein when we come back. We'll take some more phone calls, and I'll hit the Middleton Heat and Air text line. This is Out of Bounds.
At CertaPro, you can enjoy paint-free painting. Schedule a residential interior project now, paint in January or February, and CertaPro will cover the full cost of paint. Schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro. That's painting happy.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter agents Seth Hobbs, Larissa Kelly, or Matt Steele in Bryant today.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Volkswagen of Little Rock is committed to delivering a car buying experience that's grounded in expertise, integrity, and respect. From the moment you arrive, our team is here to help you find the right fit. Whether that's the versatile Tiguan, the all-electric ID4, or one of our thoroughly inspected pre-owned models, we take pride in providing a low-pressure, informative environment where your questions are answered and your time is valued. Visit Volkswagen of Little Rock today or begin your search anytime at www.vwoflittlerock.com. Horse ownership shouldn't feel confusing or overwhelming. At Winner's Circle Concierge, they help owners enjoy racing without the learning curve. They handle licensing, communication with trainers, race placement, and billing, so you get clarity, not chaos. Whether you're new to racing or short on time, they manage the details so you can focus on the thrill of the sport. Winner's Circle Concierge. Contact them today at 870-942-9382 or learn more at WCCRB.com.
I'm Thomas Blackman with Blackman Auctions. How much easier would life be if you could take away your stresses and worries with one phone call? Just turn all of your problems over to a person and let them de-stress your life. That's what we do at Blackman Auctions. We are much more than an auction company. We take your unwanted assets in your life and turn them into money in 30 days. Organize, market, deal with attorneys, real estate agents, debt services, closing companies, and those members of your family. You know who they are. Making your life as easy as possible since 1938. Better auctions are Blackman Auctions.
Hey, what's up? It's Kramer from Drive Time Sports. And Monday, Randy Rainwater, Rick Schaefer back live in the Eat My Cafe studio, and they're bringing in Neil Atkinson for Bet Saracen, Fox 16 Sports Director Courtney Mims, Trey Biddy from hogsports.com, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, and the shooter, Pat Bradley. Thanks to Bet Saracen and Razorback Camper Sales. We'll see you Monday right here at 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I said.
Back at it, wrapping up our first hour of Out of Bounds. Westmore, Joe Franklin, Joe Klein hanging out in the studio with us. Got a question for you on the Middleton Heat and Air text line, Joe. Savage wants to know, if you were an NBA general manager, would you draft the kid from Kansas? Talking about Darian Peterson.
I saw him up close. I got to watch him practice and everything. The kid is good.
He's real.
I'm just telling you. I mean, but man, your best ability is your availability, and he's having trouble playing 30 games, and you need him to play 82. And some of his injuries are, it's not like he's, it's I got cramps, my hammy's tight, it's kind of like borderline soft stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying he's soft or anything, but when he's playing, man, he's good. But that's a tough one. That is a real tough one, because you could come out, you draft him, you could come across looking like a genius, or you could come out looking like, what are we doing? So
if you got the number one pick.
Yeah, if I got the number one pick, I'm not taking him. I take the
DeBanza.
Yeah, I take the BYU kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm partial to Acuff, and the kid at Houston's a dog, Fleming. Who's the other kid, Joe? There's so many of them. I can't keep
Boozer.
Boozer.
Yeah.
I mean, these are guys that are. Yeah, Boozer. I mean, these are guys that are banging and doing it every night. So I mean, yeah, I wouldn't touch him at number one. And that could end up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. He may go on a run here and do all this and get going, but yeah, I mean, you got to show up, man. You got to, that's 1 and 1A. Showing up and being ready and being available, that's 1 and 1A.
Gotta be dependable.
Yeah.
Did you see? There's
he's good.
He is
so good.
Joe,
I mean, when you watch him play,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember I was up there doing the Iowa State game, and he did a couple. He caught the ball at the wing and just worked this dude and rose up, and I was like, that's a pro right there, man. I mean, he's got the pro game. There ain't no doubt.
You think part of it is looking at the bigger picture, and we talk about hamstring injuries.
Yeah.
They're different than they once
yeah.
were, and he may be looking at that bigger picture like he's not going to jeopardize what's ahead of him.
Getting paid a lot of money, man, in Kansas.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, that's, you're getting paid to play nowadays. You need, again, nobody wants you to play hurt. Nobody wants you to jeopardize anything. But, again, they either need to handle how they announce these injuries better, but there's a lot of – and then he's taking himself out of games and stuff. And so it's just it's not a good look to me.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, dude can play now. Dude is good.
We got the Razor Hog update coming up. Still leaves at 2:30 and more with Joe Klein. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER. At Staley Electric, we don't mind getting our hands dirty. That's just who we are. What started in R.E. Staley's garage in 1951 has grown to a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week residential, commercial, and industrial. Staley Electric will deliver the electrical solutions you expect and deserve. Visit our website at StaleyElectric.com.
Genesis of Conway presents Craig O'Neill each week when he joins Roger, Baz, and Justin on Morning Mayhem. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Game time or playtime, we're here all the time.
I wish you had more time.
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
A Jacksonville city official has been arrested and is being held without bond. 67-year-old Michael Dietz was arrested on Saturday. Dietz serves as the Ward 1 city council member in Jacksonville. Police say he faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault and refusal to submit to arrest. And just a reminder, drivers are being urged to look out for RDOT workers on parts of Interstate 40 this week. RDOT crews are continuing to fill potholes through tomorrow. Workers will be on the roadways in North Little Rock overnight from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. They are expected to work between the North Hills overpass and the I-57 and Highway 67 interchange. And RDOT also announced several future projects drivers should look out for. Those can be found on the Arkansas Department of Transportation's Facebook page. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Hi, I'm Trey Reed from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, inviting you to join me every Wednesday morning for the latest news from the great outdoors. It's brought to you by Arts Marine in North Little Rock, now under new ownership, but with the same familiar faces and incredible service you've known for years, plus the area's best selection of boating parts and supplies.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
A cold morning out there. It'll stay chilly all day. It will be a sunny day, but just doesn't warm up much. We'll have a north wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour and a high of 49. Tonight, mostly clear, cold again, down to 28. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day, but warmer and windy with a high of 62. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
U.S. Truck Accessories, your #1 Central Arkansas source for truck accessories, specializing in camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, trailer hitches, steps, grill guards, bumpers, lift kits, and much more. With professional installation on all products they offer. Locations in Conway and Searcy. U.S. Truck Accessories offers their customers twice the service. Locally owned and operated by a military veteran since 2002. Visit in-store, online. U.S. Truck Accessories. Work hard, play hard.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours, or just a little too cheap, or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Hawks Homes presents the Morning Mayhem Razorback Review. In business for 39 years, Hawks Homes offers custom-built, manufactured, and modular homes. Find them at hawkshome.net.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with David Dennis Jr.
When you watch a guy like Karl Anthony Towns and you see him settle for threes, you see sort of a more finesse game. You see a team that's not as good defensively when he's on the court as it is when Mitchell Robinson's out there. I think that's where the criticism comes from, but also I think what's so frustrating sometimes about Karl Anthony Towns is you see him do it sometimes. Like when you see a game like last night where he's aggressive, or in the playoffs last year when Jalen Brunson's out and Karl Anthony Towns is leading the charge against the Celtics and the Pistons. He has before this a long stretch of double-doubles, of a few 15-rebound games where he gets aggressive and puts people in the basket and then sometimes just goes away. And I think that is what some of this comes from. Now, Shaq is going to do that with everybody. If you're over 7 foot tall, Shaq's going to say you need to have 40 and 20 before he's satisfied with you, right? There is some valid criticism to the way Karl Anthony Towns, because we see him play the other way also.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
Time for Razor Hog update Arkansas improves to 10-4 in the SEC after their victory over Missouri. Billy Richmond had a nice game, led the team in scoring. Here's Coach Cal and his thoughts on Billy Richmond.
I just let Billy play. And we ran things for him to drive today. And I'm telling him, just put your head down and go, because that's what they're doing to us.
Here's Billy Richmond.
All I've been telling Billy, could
No.
you imagine if you make a 3 or 2, how do they play you? What do they do now? And so he's in practice making, in 5 minutes, 60, 65 shots. And then get in the game and miss them all. Now you're saying you're worried about the result instead of just stay in the process. Stay in, so you're not thinking, I got to make it. Then you're not making it. I know I've taken 5,000 of these shots. I'm just taking another one. So he was good. He's good. I played him at 4. I could play him at point. I could play, he's like a Swiss knife. I mean, you just wherever you want to do with it. He's a good player.
Billy's working his way into that NBA talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, if he gets to where, that he could be a really good, if he just gets to where he can be good at the 3, not great, he could be a 3-and-D guy for a long, long time.
Diamond Hogs get a sweep over Xavier. Colin Fisher is your SEC Pitcher of the Week. Yesterday, 8 shutout innings. He had 11 strikeouts, 1 little nubber, or he had had a perfect game. Here's Dave Van Horn on Colin Fisher.
Outstanding. I mean, he pitched great last weekend as well. Kind of the same thing. Filled up the zone. He's got 4 pitches. He really only used 3 of them today for the most part. And, just kept him off balance, kept him guessing. Got some quick outs, got some strikeouts, obviously. He was on from the first pitch on, it looked like to us. And, he was done. We wanted to get him in the mid-80s, about where he finished. And, we had Lorenzini ready to roll. He only walked 2 hitters in 13 innings so far this year. And I think just the fact that I think he frustrates hitters a little bit. It's not overpowering fastball, but it's harder than it looks because of the other pitches. And they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him before he gets ahead of them in the count. He just starts throwing change-ups, and he gets them looking out over the plate, and he busts them in. And when he's locating his fastball, he's really good.
Arkansas will host Arkansas State Tuesday and Wednesday. A little midweek action, and the bullpen is ready to go. We'll hear from Steel Eaves, thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance, at the bottom of this hour. Go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Joe, TP says, Jimmy Lou versus Pringle and Ewan. I'm not even going to watch Saturday versus Florida. It could get ugly early. How does Arkansas go into Florida Saturday night with college game day down there? That gym arena is going to be buzzing. How do they pull off an upset?
Well, I think we got better guards. I mean, I think they got problems when they look at Acuff and they look at Thomas. I mean, how are they going to deal with that? But again, it comes down to the interior points, the second chance points, the points at the rim. If you can eliminate those and somewhat make them shoot the ball from the perimeter, because, I mean, where you worry is that, they're not a great three-point shooting team. So that might give you a idea of, hey, maybe we can double team from the guards and, show them a little bit of that. Now, Lee has shown that he can heat up a little bit. Boogie's had major problems shooting the 3, but again, he can get into the lane, and if you're double teaming and rotating and running at Boogie, trying to get to him and get out on him, he can get by you. I mean, he can get by you if you're down in the stance. I mean, he's got a shiftiness to him that's really good, and he's good at finishing at the rim. But I think the at the basket points, the turnover, every game is turnovers. You can't go in there and turn it over 15, 20 times. You'll get run out of the building. You're going to have to shoot it decently. You don't have to shoot it great, but you can't go 4 for 25 or something. You got to be 33% or better. Got to get to the line. I don't worry so much about us offensively, but just the the point blank shots at the basket off of drives or off of offensive rebounds or off of deep post ups, that stuff, they're going to get some of that because they're good. They're a good team. I mean, but it can't, you can't have, Chinny Lou or Condon going for 25 to 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just you got to eliminate that. You better bring your big boy pants.
Chinny Lou only had 3 points against Ole Miss.
That they did a good job. That I guarantee you they kept him off the glass. And
yeah, he only had 6 rebounds,
right.
1 offensive rebound.
Right. You got it. I mean, that's where he eats, and again
Pringle on him. I guess the big Pringle
yeah.
or Ewan, whoever's
yeah.
in.
Well, and again, it doesn't matter who's on him. You better do your work early.
Yeah.
Because if you let that big boy come over and sit down in front of you 3 feet from the basket, you're gonna foul him.
So Brazil's on Condon.
Yeah.
And
or
Billy on Hawk.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's how they'll go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think the guard matchup, I'm with you. I think they can handle the guards and win that matchup. And
but do they have to get to where they're double teaming or on the post? Again, Condon and Chinny Lou aren't big time low block post scorers, so they can't become that. They can't have the Alabama game.
Mm-hmm.
They can't have 10, 12 points. I mean, their average that's probably what they're averaging. But we can't see one of them having a lottery game. You know what I'm saying? So, and that worries me because, again, as you know, Wes, what has been our kryptonite this year?
Yeah, inside defense,
physical,
interior defense, guys that are big, strong, physicality. Yeah, it's been an issue, and Chinny Lou's about as physical as they come.
Yeah, he's top of the list in the SEC. He's a big boy.
Yeah, they're also a good shot blocking team, and that's going to be tough on Arkansas because as much as they'd like to drive to the basket.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna have to make some shots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you can get by Boogie, you can get by Lee, but now you're gonna have to spray it. You're gonna have to kick it out, and Wagner and some of these guys are gonna have. I can promise you when A-Cup drives, he ain't getting to the rim.
Mm-hmm. They're coming.
They're gonna take that away now. You're going to have little dump-offs, and you're going to be trying to score.
Alley-oops.
Yeah, you're going to be trying to score over big people. So you're going to have to, again, you're going to have to put on your big boy pants. You're going to have to gather yourself, go up strong and not be cute and off one leg and try to gather yourself and go through some people's chin with the ball and get you some and ones.
Michael and Conway asked or says on the Middleton Heat and Air text line, if Arkansas doesn't get that physicalness down low, they cannot make a deep run in the tournament. Can you make a run in the tournament without better play?
They cannot get dominated. Okay, their MO is okay. They're very good in the perimeter. Okay, they don't have to be Florida. They don't have to be Florida, but they can't be what they were at Alabama. Okay, you can't. There's somewhere in there where there's a happy area for them. And so, again, you just have to have a presence. Again, Coach Cal, if you don't have a presence in the middle, that doesn't mean 25 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 blocks. That means rebounding, getting a couple offensive rebound putbacks, getting to the free throw line 3 or 4 or 5 times and making most of your free throws. Getting your 10 to 15 points from 2 or 3 of those guys, and then the other guy giving you good, what they did. Pringle wasn't great against Missouri, but he
had 2 offensive rebounds in that one possession, led to a wide open 3.
But Ewing was better.
Yeah.
And that's what they got to have. And Brazil was, again, wasn't scoring a lot, but he was active rebounding. He was active defensively, blocking shots. Again, they don't have to be dominant, but they can't just not be there. I think you can say that for any team. I mean, when you get in the NCAA tournament, the games slow down a little bit. There's not as much up and down. You get a lot of more half-court stuff. Can't be giving up second chance points, easy layups, putting people on the line a lot because you're out of position. You got to be on point with those things.
This one on the Milton Heat and Air text line says, even though it happens numerous times in a game, I was surprised to see the officials call walking twice on Missouri. However, glad they didn't call the obvious travel on us.
Yeah, that every year it seems like that and carrying the ball gets more kind of subjective. It's kind of, I again, they're not going to call it unless it's obvious. But again, that's what they need to do. I mean, the obvious ones, they need to definitely call.
They missed one on Mitchell late in the game. He went down and drug that pivot foot about 3 feet.
He drug it,
and then he moved it.
Yeah, he drug it so much and then changed it.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it was like I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, man, if I could have done that when I played, I'd have been really, really, really good. I would have torched Elijah. I'd have just ran this way and then ran back the other way. He wouldn't have known what to do.
Did you ever have meniscus issues?
No.
Nope. Somebody was asking about Sealy. We have not heard anything on Sealy except for
I heard that was a hip.
No, I'm sorry, you're right. Sealy. Carter Knox has the meniscus. Yeah. Sealy is a hip.
What I've heard about a meniscus is there's a repair, or they sometimes got to go in and snip something out that's loose.
Trim.
Yeah, and they're kind of that's, but I don't see him. Maybe the NCAA tournament.
That's what I was thinking.
So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see him again.
Sealy was not on the report Saturday, so he was there dressed out, just didn't play. So sounds like he's on his way back, and maybe he is back, but they just didn't need him Saturday.
Yeah. Again, I hope it's really a hip and not something else.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, and kudos to them if it, for not divulging if it is something else. And I'm not saying that it is, but like when I saw him there, if you dress out, I'm ready.
Yeah.
If you can't play, don't dress out. I mean, so I don't know. And they didn't get in foul trouble either.
Right.
And so
they didn't have to play him.
So I mean, I probably reading too much into that.
What's going on at Corky's?
Man, things are picking up a little bit. Caterings, as the weather gets better, people start doing stuff, parties and office stuff, and so we're wide open for caterings and bulk orders. Like if you're trying to feed your office or feed a team or something, we've got what you need, man. We can do barbecue for you. We can at a very, very affordable price. But we do burgers, we do chicken sandwiches, we do wraps, shrimp, catfish. I mean, and we can feed your group or feed your team or whatever it may be, your family for the games or stuff at a very, very affordable price. So just call us. You can pick it up. We can deliver it. However you can come in and get it. We got a great bar, TV's going, great specials on drinks, the best beer prices in town by far. Great appetizer specials every day. So, it's a great place to come sit down, watch a game, and have a great time and get some good grub.
Joe, you got many, many options on the menu, a lot of great options to choose from. What are some of your personal favorites?
I love our dry ribs. I love our brisket. I like it, but I mean that's barbecue stuff. But I mean, I'm a big. I like chicken. We have a basically it's a rotisserie chicken. It's a barbecue chicken, but we rotisserie cook it, and I like to get that without any sauce on it, and put a little sauce on the side. It's just like what you get at the grocery store or anything, but it's got a really great smoke flavor to it. And then all our chicken sandwiches. We have so many chicken sandwiches. I love that. And then I love, like today I had a grilled chicken salad.
Look at you.
Look at me trying to be good. I'm starving right now.
This means you can have a really good meal tonight and not feel guilty. Joe, we appreciate it.
You bet, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate y'all.
Have a great afternoon. I think you will. Joe Klein.
Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy. Going to see Lucy. Let's see here. Middleton Heat and Air text line is Carter Knox out for the season. Yeah, we don't know. And no news on Seeley, although he was available. So I think Seeley's back. I think it's going to be good. Scuba Steve says pro baseball, basketball, and football are exclusive to one brand. No one is griping about a monopoly there. Ask Brady what he did if he didn't like the football. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's the difference between the NFL and college athletics right there. NFL works as one organization. NCAA, it's multiple different groups. Let's go to Brian. He joined us on the hotline. What's up, Brian?
Hey, well, I was just calling in. I know Joe was leaving, but and you can't find a guy that played the NBA and is so successful and owns the restaurant that. I mean, anytime you go in that restaurant at Corky's, not only is the food fantastic, if Joe's there, he's walking around talking to you and visiting with you, and heck, he's busting tables. But it's a pleasure to see a guy like that, and I'm glad he's part of y'all's show.
Joe's a great guy, but let's don't make his head any bigger. There's no he heard
I like that guy.
He heard all that, Brian. Thanks a lot. Jeez.
I'm gonna stay for another half hour.
And the best cheese dip in the country.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah, loves your cheese dip, Joe.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brian. Jeez. Wow.
Thanks, Mom.
This dude's got the biggest smile on his face walking out the door. You made his day, Brian. All right, one more before we hit the break. Gents, if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor and go watch the documentary called Soul Power, The Legend of the American Basketball Association on Amazon Prime. You won't regret it. All right, Soul Power, Amazon Prime. Gotcha. I'm always looking for a little something to watch. Joe got me on, he just left. I got to think of it. I can't think. Lonesome Dove. That's one of his favorites. He's always talking about Lonesome Dove. And I love Westerns. I'd never seen it. And I feel bad saying that. Because truly, if you love Westerns, you had to have watched Lonesome Dove. Yeah. I started watching it. Love it. And I guess with Duvall, I was like, I need to go see this. I need to watch this. And it popped up on my feed. Like it knew what I was thinking. And there it was. I started watching it. I'm hooked.
Yeah, a lot of Duvall's tributes out there, and all the movies he played in, especially the great ones that were Oscar nominated, they're all being played right now.
501 says, that's why I've said Boozer will be a bust if he's a lottery pick. They will not let him get away with that chicken wing.
He'll learn to adjust if he has to.
If he has to. You can get away with stuff in the NBA. There may be nights where he doesn't get away with it, but I'm with you. He's a good player. He's smart. He's been around the game his entire life. He's watched his dad. I mean, no. I think more. Well, there are a lot of guys that are going to be really good in this draft. I don't see many busts there at the top. I like them all a lot.
And all these guys will, as good as some of them may shoot now, they'll all become better shooters.
Yeah.
Because they'll be able to put in the work all the time.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Still Eves is going to join us. I'm not going to lie to you. Steel's at practice. Well, they're working out right now, lifting. So I had to record the interview a little earlier today. Diamond Hog sweep. They're in a good mood, getting ready for Arkansas State. Next up, Still Eves, thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance. 2-0 on the season with a 0.0 ERA. It's a pretty good start for Steele. Stick around. We'll hear from Lone Oak's finest next on Out of Bounds.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is SportsCenter.
For the first time in Olympic history, Team USA completed a sweep of hockey gold medals in the men's and women's events at the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics as the men won an overtime match 2-1 over the Canadian team. In nearly identical fashion, the U.S. women's team also beat Canada 2-1 in overtime. The United States is only the second country in history to sweep gold medals in men's and women's hockey during the same Olympic Games, joining who else but Canada, which did so 3 times in 2002, 2010, and 2014. The men's team had not won a gold medal since the famed Miracle on Ice team, who defeated the Soviet Union 46 years ago. And on Saturday, the Razorback men's basketball team defeated Missouri 94-86. It was Billy Richmond III leading the team in scoring with 21 points, and Darius Acuff Jr. had 20 points on the night. I'm Trip Keeter for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in each week when Susan Irwin Prowl shares her Keys to the Weekend music events calendar with Justin and DJ. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Madison Buse in England, Matt Cooper in Russellville, or Todd Session in Morrilton today.
Southern Bank presents Family Feud on 103.7 The Buzz. Tune in to Morning Mayhem on Tuesday mornings for your chance to play with Justin Moore, David, and Roger. Family Feud on Morning Mayhem brought to you by Southern Bank. Bankwithsouthern.com.
At CertaPro, you can enjoy paint-free painting. That's right, you heard it correctly. Schedule a residential interior project now, and CertaPro will cover the cost of paint and primer. Hurry, though, as these incredible savings only apply to jobs done in January and February, so make sure to schedule yours today. Since these are the slowest months, CertaPro just wants to keep great crews busy. It's that simple. Don't wait. Schedule today at CertaPro.com before the schedule fills up. That's Certa with a C, CertaPro.com. CertaPro. That's painting happy.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
The Crane Automotive team presents the Drive Time Sports Triple Double. Randy is taking the show on the road, showcasing a different high school basketball game each week. The Crane Automotive team supports communities and high school athletics throughout Arkansas.
Arkansas carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you. AME, it's the service after the sale.
At Bale Chevrolet, we keep it simple. What you see is exactly what you get. That means you get transparent and fair pricing online and in store. No hassle, just straightforward deals you deserve. Like right now, get a new 2026 Colorado for just $158 per month. Transparent, fair pricing, all day, every day. That's why it's better at Bale since 1912. That's Bale Chevy and BaleChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
WAC plus TTNL. See dealer for details.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Wait a minute, this love started off so tender, so sweet. But now she got me smoking out the window.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. We're going to talk with Steel Eaves. Thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance. Diamond Hogs get the 3-game sweep over the weekend. Welcome into the show. That was a nice weekend, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was. Thanks for having me.
You bet. When you want to win every series, then I know you get a little greedy and you want to get the sweep. How did that feel?
You know, getting these sweeps early on, you know, after winning those first 2 games, especially coming out for a Sunday game, early on in the season, being able to go out there and feel what it feels like to go get that third one, So later on in the year when we're in SEC play and we can try to clinch out a third game, those are really important. So just doing that early on and getting that feeling is important for the team.
What do you think of Xavier? Because I watched all 3 games. I thought those guys could really hit.
Yes, sir. I think their whole lineup could really hit, and I know one guy that stood out to me was the freshman Johnstone. That guy was really good. But yeah, I thought they fought at the plate and they had really good discipline.
Yeah, I think when we look back towards the end of the year, if they stay healthy or get healthy, I know they were missing some of their dudes. This could be a kind of a good series win for you guys and a good sweep, so it may pay off down the stretch and look even better down the stretch. How about you? How did you pick up another win? What do they call that? Are those guys the vultures that come in out of the bullpen and pick up win after win after win? Are they calling you a vulture yet?
I don't. I hope I'm not getting called a vulture. That's not really what I'm trying to do. But great job by the 2 guys that threw before I came in. Hunter Dietz, getting us through 4, and then Parker Coyle getting us through 3. And then me coming in the 8th and 9th, they kept us in the game, and without them, that win the win in my column, it's not even possible. So those 2 guys, kept us there the whole game.
Seemed like it was hitters' conditions with the wind blowing out. Did you feel that way on the mound?
Just by watching the game, the wind blowing out a little bit, balls are flying. You can't really change the way you pitch based off that. So going out there, you kind of just, do the same thing that you've always done and just, pray that they don't hit any close enough to even trying to get out. So
what was working for you?
My heater and my breaker were working really well off each other this weekend. I think I only threw 1 cutter. But yeah, my fastball and my curveball, I would say using those 2, just establishing the fastball, and then you can use that secondary pitch off of that.
What is your best pitch? What do you think?
My fastball is probably my best pitch. It's what I like to use a lot of the time because if I can establish my heater, then everything else plays pretty well off of that. So yeah, just trying to get that fastball in the zone is my biggest concern, and I'd say that's probably my best pitch, yes, sir.
Is it your fastball? They tell me it's got some movement to it. Is that what makes it even more difficult to hit for you?
Yes, sir. My arm slot's a little lower. It's below. I think my release high is below 5 foot. So that's kind of weird when you're looking at it from a hitter's perspective, and then it naturally has a little bit of sink on it. So, that runs back in on a right-handed hitter onto their hands, plays at the bottom of the zone, which is really good for ground balls, but once you start missing up, elevating that heater, it doesn't sink as much, and that's when those fly balls start happening.
Mm-hmm. Is that from your catching days, you think? What, that lower arm slot?
Well, actually, growing up, catching, you're always taught to throw straight over the top, kind of get backspin on the ball, make it stay straight. But somehow, I don't know, I naturally throw from that lower slot. And usually the lower you go, the more sink you have, and the higher up you go, the more carry. But I would say, yeah, catching, and then also just playing other positions too. You kind of learn how to throw from all the different slots, and kind of just whatever works for you, you kind of stick with that.
I got to ask you about Colin Fisher yesterday. What was that like watching him?
Unbelievable, man. I mean, and he 1 hit through 11 strikeouts, and that 1 hit was kind of a bullcrap hit, if you ask me. Take that one thing away, and that's a no-hitter. That's a perfect game, man. No walks either. I mean, filling up strike zone. I mean, that's what you need out of one of your starters.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about him in the spring before the season started and last fall. What has changed with Colin Fisher? Not that he was bad last year or anything, but I mean, right now he is, well, like you said, almost unhittable.
Yeah, I know his freshman year he was really good, and then he had an injury. He had a Tommy John surgery on his elbow. And I think last year, he's kind of getting his strength back and all that. And then getting a full summer, he went out to the cave, did really good. He was a starter out there, getting that experience back, building, kind of ramping up, getting the arm ready. But now he's stronger than ever. I mean, he's in the best shape he's ever been in. And he's really dedicated, he's a good team guy. So he just has all the right things going for him, man. And he's feeling strong, and I think he's going to do something really cool this year.
Take me in the bullpen because, well, you got to pitch Saturday. And so
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know if you were going to pitch yesterday, but if you hadn't have pitched and you're in the bullpen, and I know you want to get in, but you're watching a guy like Colin Fisher deal. What's that mentality sitting out there?
So one thing I want to say about the guys on our team is that we're really close, and we don't get jealous of each other for people throwing innings or people not throwing. And when you see a guy like Colin Fisher, one of the leaders in your clubhouse, one of your really good buddies, going out there and he's in the 8th inning, 1 hit, no walks. I mean, you just want to see that guy finish the game. I think he was going to be done in the 8th. I think we're going to send somebody else out. But yeah, you don't really feel any type of way except for just proud of him, I would say.
What about you? You pitched 2 innings and they get the walk off. Were you going back in the 10th?
Yes, sir. I was gonna run back out for the 10th. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's twice that it's happened to you that you get a walk off and take me. You're in the dugout and you're focused, but you're also watching what's going on out there. When you get the walk off, what's going through your mind?
So when we play at home, we have the tunnel that runs back behind the dugout, and whoever's pitching usually goes back there. There's a heater, and it was really cold this weekend, so I was back there in the heater, couldn't really see the field, and you hear everybody go crazy, and you're like, what's happening, and then somebody runs down there and tells you, oh, we just won. So then you run out there and you start celebrating with your guys. But it's definitely a balance of trying to stay locked in, but also cheering on your team.
Still, they need a TV in there for y'all.
Yeah. No, they actually really do. We should probably invest in one of those.
Hey, I'll tell you a quick story. It's the unfortunate story when the Diamond Hogs were in the College World Series in Game 2 against Oregon State, a game we like to forget. I was there working with the media, and we were down in the bowels of the stadium. They got all the media for Arkansas together and thinking if Arkansas wins it, we'll be out on the field to record the celebration, do interviews and everything. Well, there's no TV down there. And all we could hear was a crowd. And I heard a TV off in the distance, and I went and found it finally. It was a good 300 yards away from everybody else, but I wanted to see what was going on. And, man, there was this loud roar, and I was like, and the TV was behind the action. I mean, it was a good 15 seconds behind. And there was a loud roar. And for 15 seconds still, I thought Arkansas had won the national championship. And then I saw what happened on TV, and I realized what happened.
Yeah, that's
so for 15 seconds, I thought Arkansas won a national championship, unlike some other people that never got to feel that. But it's crazy because you're back there and all you're doing is listening, and you don't know what's going on. So I know what you're
kind of
going
blind
through back there.
Yeah, you don't really know what's going on. You don't know if it's good or bad. But yeah, we have somebody that'll run down back and forth, and when there's 2 outs, you'll start throwing your plyos, getting warmed back up, go back out there. But yeah, we're kind of just sitting down there and can't really see anything.
Was that the case at Arlington when y'all got the walk off?
No, sir. I was actually on the bench, but when the first 2 guys gets on, you're like, yeah, I know we're finna win this, but you still got to stay locked in, and you can't get ahead of yourself.
How about the hitters? It looked like after scoring 7 on Saturday and then 11 yesterday, maybe the bats are heating up.
Yes, sir. I think we're definitely trending in the right direction offensively.
What can you tell us about yesterday? We got to see a home run. I guess it was early in the game. I was trying to find out when that happened. It was early in the game when Zach Stewart hit that home run. And that was Zach, maybe his first start of the season or second, but he hadn't had a lot of opportunities. What can you tell us about Zach?
Zach coming from Missouri State, he's actually played against Arkansas a handful of times. He knows what the fan base is like, and he knows what the culture is like. And I think the decision to come was pretty easy. He's a really good guy. He's one of the best locker room guys we have. He has a ton of juice too. Like, he gets a hold of it, that thing's going to go. And I think definitely this year he's going to help us in that power category, and it was good to see him get out there and, do good. And I think he played pretty good defense too. But yeah, he held it down on both sides of the ball, and it was really good to see.
There are a bunch of dudes that hit the ball really hard. Who hits the hardest? If you got to pick one, that ball coming off the bat, who is it?
Kuhioloi, 100%. I feel like every time he puts the ball in play, it's over like 105 miles an hour, which, as a pitcher, that's kind of scary. So.
Yeah. Well, Helfrich had one too this weekend. It was a line drive home run. That ball hardly got up.
Yeah, he'll hit some that barely get off the ground, and they'll end up getting out of here. That dude, he's super strong, Ryder.
Yeah, well, you look at the lineup. I've seen Micah New with some shots. You have too. Nolan Souza, he hits it hard. Of course, Cam. And then you throw, Reese. Reese had a rope yesterday also. There are a lot of dudes that just hit the ball hard on this team.
Yeah. When we square it up, it's going to go pretty hard. And that just plays really well. The harder a ground ball is, the harder it is to field. And the harder it is you hit in the air, the further it's going to go. So the margin for error is a little bit higher when you get those exit velocities up.
We got Steele Eves with us on Out of Bounds. Thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance. Steele, what about playing A-State this week?
I'm really excited to play A-State, one of those in-state teams. I think we have them Tuesday and Wednesday, so that's going to be nice. We have a loaded bullpen, so that's going to be excited to see everyone get out there and throw. But yeah, I'm excited.
Do you think you'll get to pitch Tuesday or Wednesday?
We don't really know. We don't really have a set in stone plan, because games you have a way you want them to go, but they never end up going the way you want to. So everybody has to be ready pretty much to go. But yeah, I might get an opportunity this week.
Okay. Were you in the bullpen Friday, getting warm? Friday late?
Yeah. Me and McIlvain were both playing catch, but we kind of knew Gibbler was going to finish that thing out. It's kind of just a courtesy with the coaches. Yeah. It
happened to you in Arlington too, right?
Yes, sir. But that time I was actually the Friday in Arlington, the first game, I was hot. I was going to throw. I had the ninth inning, and then Mike Anu goes backside, 115, 3-run jack. Game over. So I didn't ever get to throw.
We hope you get to throw, and continued success to you, man. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a good week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Steele Eves joining us. Thanks to Stephen Elmore Shelter Insurance. Stick around. We'll be right back.
When it comes to your home's electrical system, peace of mind matters. At Staley Electric, we've got you covered with Staley Shield, the membership that gives you protection, savings, and safety year-round. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive discounts, priority scheduling, no emergency service fees, and an annual electrical safety check, all from the electricians you know and trust. Join the Shield today at StaleyElectric.com. That's StaleyElectric.com, and power your home with peace of mind.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word.
One of the things that got Northerners like me through the winter was the idea that pitchers and catchers were going to report to spring training. Even now, I can hear the late Hall of Famer, Detroit Tigers announcer Ernie Harwell say, "The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land." Here in Arkansas, we have future Hall of Famer Phil Elson calling Razorbacks baseball, which reminds us that the winter is past. May we all say in agreement, Hallelujah. As spring brings baseball, Doublebee's brings a delicious, refreshing 44-ounce fountain drink made to your specifications. You can tweak it up with cherry, vanilla, lime, or lemon. Whatever your preference is, we have it. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. You and your business are doing big things in our community. Our financial tools are just what businesses need to succeed, but finding funds for your business can be tricky. At Southern Bank, we make it easy for local businesses to get financing for the things that help with their success. With a variety of loan and deposit products, your business can be prepared with a financial plan tailored for your business needs. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit us at southernbank.com or stop by one of our convenient branches. Member FDIC.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Lion Legal Services, Kaufman by Design West, Bell Chevrolet, Network Services Group, and Windrock Automotive. Razorback basketball on your home of the Hogs, 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Back at it, finishing up our second hour. Wes Moore and Joe Franklin with you, Out of Bounds. Go to the live fan feedback and the text line brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air. Bert says 103.7 The Buzz win percentage on bets has to be terrible. Every time I've listened to y'all, I lose. The last one that got me was Wes saying, bet the under for Alabama, Arkansas. It's typically the over-under that you guys miss on, especially Wes. Please give me a winner next time. Look, I apologized for on Thursday. I blew that one, but I gave you an easy winner Friday, Thursday and Friday. Said over on Arkansas, Missouri. That one seemed very, very low. 160? And it was. I think it hit 160 with about 7 minutes to play. They scored 108 80 points in this game. Easy winner.
Use what we like as a suggestion, not a guide. You don't necessarily make that just because we said it. That's just kind of what we like, and then take it into your own hands, and if you feel good about that, go with it. If not, go the opposite way. Or stay away.
Sometimes we know what we're talking about. Sometimes we don't. Bet Saracen has the early line out for the Texas A&M game Wednesday night. This is the Bet Saracen line, not the Vegas line or the national line. Arkansas A&M. Joe, give me your pick for point spread. Arkansas A&M.
3.5.
3.5. I was going to say 6.5. Working a little bit off of what we had for the Missouri game. It was 10.5. Then it came down to 9.5. Then it went off again at 10.5. Missouri covered, especially with that late dunk that meant something for a lot of people. Everybody I knew was on Missouri. They didn't feel good about Arkansas covering that many points against Missouri, and I think a lot of people hit on that one. It's 9.5.
Along the same lines.
Yeah, it is. I think Arkansas or A&M and Missouri similar. I would say A&M's a little better than Missouri. I'd have to lean A&M right now. Over under. It was 160.5 for Arkansas, Missouri.
It's low. Seems low.
Yeah. What do you think it is for A&M?
Oh, that was that one. Okay. A&M 165.
170.5. Raising that total up. That seems high to me. Although I say that, and they just scored 180 points. A&M likes to run, and A&M's defense gives up some points. Arkansas should be able to score again, getting the upper 80s, 90, somewhere in there. I mean, that's what they're averaging right now, and I saw where they have tied a record for the number of times they've scored 90 points or more. You have to go back to the 90s to find a game or find a team or a year that they've scored 90-plus this many times in the season. They are a good, very good offensive team. That's your early look at lines on Bet Saracen. Back to live fan feedback. Hockey fan says, USA men's hockey wins for the first time since 1980 a goal. 40 years, 46 years. I was a junior at Parkview, he says. USA, USA, USA. I'm sure we'll have more on the hockey goal-winning moment a little bit later in What's Trending. Do y'all have – go ahead.
No, go.
We will have more on hockey?
Plenty.
Cubs fan wants to know, do y'all have Jordan Wicks on the buzz? Now, he has been in the past on the zone. I'm not sure if they're doing it again, but it's always been a good segment, so they may be working on that. Says he's curious to know how he's feeling going into Arizona for spring training. He's a really decent shot at making the team. I hope he does well. We all do. We're all Jordan Wicks fans here. All right, let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Oh, yeah. Arkansas was well represented yesterday in the NBA games on local TV. Jay Will, Isaiah Joe, then Moses Moody on Channel 7, and the NBC had Jordan Walsh. Every game I watched had a former Razorback.
Nice. Yeah, Isaiah Joe, he's having a really good year.
Shooting the ball well, right? Lone Oak is so proud of Steele. He should be. Good guy. Wes, can you not do the interview from the bathroom next time? There was an echo on that. I don't know what was up. I was right by my mic. I noticed that. I'm not sure. I have to fix that. Thank you for saying that. Jack from Hot Springs, Wes, they're going to always remember when they lose, but if they win something you said, you probably will never hear about it. They're going to always remember when they lose, but if they win from something you said, probably will never hear about it. Okay. I also said Lonesome Dove is one of the best movies. You might even call it a mini-series. Yeah, it is really good. Hey, Wes, I'm going to send you a video. Billy Bob talking about Jerry Jones being a Razorback fan. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, they got to hang out during the filming of Landman Jerry made that appearance. Jerry did great in Landman. I think he surprised everybody.
Played himself.
Yeah. Did a really good job getting kind of teary-eyed. Somebody sent me a video. No foul called here. Ridiculous. Oh, that's the play at the end of the first half. Yes, that's what led to Billy getting the flagrant one. So Missouri shoots, Ewan gets the rebound, and underneath the basket, Missouri's guy just shoves Billy Richmond. I mean, it's just a flat out, just a shove, trying to get rebounding position, and just shoves him out from underneath the basket. No foul was called, and it was a ridiculous no call. Well, Billy kind of retaliated, and after getting the stop, he just raised his arms out wide and was celebrating, and that same Missouri guy that pushed him was running down the court, not looking, and ran into Billy's forearm and got banged upside the head. They then complained, and they had some words and a little pushing and shoving, but nothing really happened. But they went and reviewed it during the half and gave Billy a flagrant one, when really that could have all been prevented if you called the personal foul. You call the foul on the player for the two-hand shove on Billy. Thanks for sending me that video. I got it. I'll have to watch it during our break. We got a break coming up. 501 says Arkansas Club Hockey has the best defense on the hill. Every other sports defense is non-existent. Hey, the Diamond Hogs have a good defense. Their fielding percentage has been really good. They got off to a good start. Where are they? Let's see here. I got their defense. 1 pass ball, 3 double plays. 5 errors. That's not good. Cam's got a couple errors. Ryder Helfrich's got 1. So maybe you're right. Hockey has the best defense on the hill. What's impressive is the ERA for Arkansas, 2.61 through 7 games. Got their hitting up to 278. Outscoring teams 48-21. Pretty good start. 6-1 for the Diamond Hogs. All right, coming up, we got What's Trending. Then we'll take some more calls. We'll talk some more basketball, baseball. Weekend recap brought to you by Fleet Management Services. It's Out of Bounds.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc or West Memphis. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all top brands, specializing in unique customized lifted and leveled used trucks, including 4-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also, looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto Sales pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
The Buzz returns to Oaklawn this week. Thursday, join Morning Mayhem. Then Friday, get in the zone with DJ and Justin. That's 103.7 The Buzz at Oaklawn Hot Springs starting on Thursday.
Why so serious? Sports talk and entertainment. Let's put a smile on that face. 103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
RDOT has announced future projects drivers should look out for. Those include interchange improvements on I-57 and Highway 5 in Cabot. Also, interstate resurfacing in Jackson, Lonoke, and White counties, as well as highway resurfacing in Carroll, Madison, Dallas, and Grant counties. To a quick crime alert in Faulkner County, Conway police were called to the scene of a reported stabbing on Sunday. We're told this happened in the 1200 block of Dave Ward Drive. The suspect is now behind bars, and officials say there is no threat to the public. Police say this was an isolated incident. The condition of the person stabbed is unknown at this time. And Little Rock police are searching for a missing teenager. 15-year-old J.C. Peters was last seen in the capital city. She's about 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs around 200 pounds. If you've seen her, call police. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Byrne Jr.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a sunny Monday, but a chilly one too. Only a high of 49 degrees, maybe a touch breezy, a north wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll be another cold one, mostly clear with an overnight low of 28. But tomorrow, it'll warm up to 62, plus gets kind of windy too. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
U.S. Truck Accessories presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show from U.S. Truck Accessories in Conway and Searcy. Your #1 Central Arkansas source for camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, and more. Veteran owned since 2002. Online at ustruckaccessories.net.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Arkansas is worth protecting. This is Secretary of State Cole Jester, Republican candidate for Arkansas Land Commissioner. As a constitutional lawyer and a strong conservative, I've fought to stop foreign countries like China from buying our farmland and made it easier to do business in Arkansas by cutting business filing times by 90%. That has earned the trust of leaders like Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Arkansas needs a land commissioner who will protect our state from foreign influence and defend our freedom and way of life. That's why I'm voting for Cole Jester for land commissioner. Cole Jester helped me win the fight to kick communist China off of our farmland and to ban men from women's sports. And as our Secretary of State, he helped make Arkansas #1 in the country for election integrity. Please join me in voting for a great conservative, Cole Jester, for land commissioner.
As land commissioner, I will put Arkansas families first. I'm Cole Jester, and I would be honored to have your vote on March 3rd.
Paid for by Cole for Commissioner.
U.S. Truck Accessories, your #1 Central Arkansas source for truck accessories, specializing in camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, trailer hitches, steps, grill guards, bumpers, lift kits, and much more. With professional installation on all products they offer. Locations in Conway and Searcy. U.S. Truck Accessories offers their customers twice the service. Locally owned and operated by a military veteran since 2002. Visit in-store, online. U.S. Truck Accessories. Work hard, play hard.
At CertaPro this winter, you can enjoy paint-free painting. That's right, you heard it correctly. Schedule a residential interior project now, paint in January or February, and CertaPro will cover the full cost of paint. Yep, we pay for the paint and primer, no matter what color you pick. We've got you covered. Hurry though, schedule now at CertaPro.com before the schedules fill up. You don't want to miss this. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro, that's painting happy.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit deposit, offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOOD25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz. What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
That was a good weekend for USA hockey. Men, women winning the gold, beating Canada.
Came down to those two teams on both sides, and that's what it's been here recently.
Can't get any much better than that. We'll start with the men. Here's what it sounded like.
Matthews beat McKinnon to the puck. Boldy looking to push through. Back Boldy to the net. He scores! There's Vince Marner. Marner drops the net. Oh, Taves had a wide open goal. Put it through the crease. Let's take a look.
Marner looks for Taves on the backside. That puck's just going in. He got the paddle boost.
Wow. Incredible. Unbelievable. Borensky. Now Jack Hughes puts it around the car. United States with numbers. Back across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States. For the first time since the 1980 miracle, the United States takes the gold. Jack Hughes beating Jordan Bennington.
It was amazing they were able to get it done, especially in that second period. They were at a big disadvantage. They were shorthanded 5-3, and we see in overtime how a 3-3, how advanced the game is and how fast it moves. Imagine being two players down, and that was when Canada actually tied the game. U.S. said they had the 1-0 lead. They're down 2 men, and they give up the 1 goal. So it was amazing that in that stretch they were able to hold on the way they did. And then second and third periods combined, they were outscored outshot 33-18. And so goalie, he played an amazing game. Connor Hellebuck played an amazing game and had one of the best saves where he had to have the stick in the right position to be able to stop that puck.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of love. Coach Hughes with the game winner. It's the kind of in the teeth, the American hero, but the unsung hero was the goalie. He was awesome. Let's hear from Hughes, Jack Hughes.
Jack, the first gold medal for the United States in 46 years, and you delivered it. Can you just describe the emotions of this moment right now?
This is all about our country right now. I love the USA. I love my teammates. It's unbelievable. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong, and we have so much support from ex-players. I'm so proud to be American today.
This was such an incredible game to grind out. I mean, you're bleeding right through it just looking at you right now. Can you just talk about how difficult this gold medal was to win?
Unbelievable game by Hellebuck. He was our best player tonight by a mile. Unbelievable game. Unreal game by our team. That's just a ballsy, gutsy win. That's American hockey right there. That's a great Canadian team, but we're USA. We're so proud to be Americans. Tonight was all for the country.
What does this gold medal mean to USA Hockey?
It's everything. Like I said, the USA Hockey Brotherhood means so much. Look at these guys. We're such a team. We've been together for 2 weeks. We're such a team. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong, and we're so proud to win for our country.
Jack, the gold medal's coming home, and you're about to watch the American flag go up to the rafters and hear the national anthem. How many times did you dream that up?
I can't even believe this. I mean, It's such an unbelievable game. USA, Canada, that's such a good game. They have so many great players. We're a great team. That's exactly how we wanted to go. We wanted to go through Canada and beat them, and it could have went either way tonight, but that's an unbelievable win for the Americans.
They have a really young team, too. Jack Hughes is 24. His brother Quinn is 26. They have another brother, Luke, who's not on the team, but he's 22. And then Kachuk brothers, Matthew and Brady. Matthew's 28, Brady's 26.
Wow.
They got some good hockey ahead of them for a long time.
Speaking of, let's hear from the Kachuk brothers.
Guys, you told me you're watching Miracle, growing up, dreaming about this. You're living it right now. How does it feel?
It's hockey's our game. Hockey's the United States of America's game. It's the greatest country in the world. We have, the best support ever. Hundreds of millions of people back home. So many people in St. Louis. Everyone in St. Louis. We could feel the support, whether they're hockey fans or not. Everyone's watching. Everyone better be partying right now. Everyone better be wearing the red, white, and blue for as long as they can. It should be like a month mandate, wear the red, white, and blue in the United States and celebrate us and the other Olympian gold medalists.
How do you feel, Brady?
I mean, I feel on top of the world. I mean, just to do it with all my brothers here, and I mean, there's so many people that we could thank. I mean, Matthew said everybody in St. Louis, all their family and friends, and I mean, even every first responder, everybody that protects and serves our country, like, this is for them. This is for every American and
all the military putting their life on the line for us.
Every single person
to do this.
Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So we're super blessed and super grateful.
You're hearing that anthem. How emotional was that moment?
I just wish they put us next to each other. It made us go in number order, but it was my voice is starting to go because of that. I haven't screamed that long and that loud for a long time. So it's incredible.
With you two and Clayton and Joy Dunn on the women's side, that's 4 gold medals coming back to St. Louis. What does that say about St. Louis hockey?
I mean, they developed all of us, and we wouldn't be here without the youth hockey in St. Louis.
Yesterday.
And of course, their dad, Keith Kachuk, he was an NHL player for a long time. They kept putting the camera on him.
Yeah.
And the family.
Yeah. I did the UCA softball game yesterday afternoon. It was pretty cool. There was somebody, he was talking about everybody should be wearing the red, white, and blue. Somebody had on a red, white, and blue sweatshirt yesterday. We put them on camera. That was pretty cool. How the hockey kind of rubbed off on everybody and got everybody excited and was more patriotic the last couple of days.
Well, it's historic. USA overall, they won the most goals they've won at a Winter Olympics, and they finished second overall. So they're really in these winter sports starting to excel.
Here is some sound from the losers' locker room. Sidney Crosby.
It's a lot easier playing than watching, but I think everyone should be proud the way the team performed. I thought that obviously we did everything but score. We in every facet we were so good today. I thought we deserved better, and unfortunately, didn't come away with the win.
How close did it come to you playing here in this gold medal game?
I was pretty close. Ultimately I wasn't able to go out there and do what I needed to do in order to help the team. So at that point, you got to make a decision that's best for the group. And not an easy one, but that's hockey.
And we'll finish up with the hockey talk with Mike Tirico and the way he wrapped it up last night.
Because of a drought that almost lasted a half century, those teams are revered. They are held on to forever. And what happened today doesn't take away from the greatness of those teams or the meaning that those teams have in U.S. hockey. But what you saw today was the build of a generation, inspired perhaps by that team that lost in 2010 in Vancouver to the Sidney Crosby golden goal in overtime. Or the team where TJ Oshie had all those shootout goals in 2014. That's when these guys were doing what you're doing, watching on TV. And they were young, and they were living the dream. So for all the young people out there, not just the hockey, but all the Olympics you've watched, those dreams are formed now. Go chase them and go get them, because our country loves sports and it brings us together unlike anything else. And if you didn't know that, if you haven't been watching the last 2 weeks, you saw it in Team USA hockey, winning the gold over their arch rival Canada here in Milan to wrap up these 25th Olympic Winter Games.
And these are two of the best teams in the world, USA, Canada, but there's no guarantee that you'll get a matchup every time we get to this point. And the last time they matched up, 2010, in the championship game, Sidney Crosby, who we just heard from earlier about the loss and not being able to play, he scored the game winner at that time.
Wow, that says a lot about Sidney Crosby. 16 years later,
Yeah.
still going until the injury. Olympics done?
Yes, yeah, closing ceremony yesterday.
We finish up with Hillary Knight and Evan Bates. They were the flag bearers last night.
For a closing ceremony, yes.
I'm here with the two flag bearers for Team USA, Hillary Knight and Evan Bates, who also happen to be 5-time Olympians, captain of the team, gold medal. But what about this? You get voted by the other Olympians on the U.S. team to be the flag bearer. What does that mean to you?
It's a huge honor. Obviously, an amazing delegation of Team USA athletes representing us on the greatest stage, and to be able to have that vote and appreciation and be able to wave the flag in front of millions is super special.
And Evan, for you, 2 medals, gold and silver in figure skating. You found out about this from your wife, Maddie, who also happens to be your ice dance partner. Add it all up, and how would you describe the emotions of the games and this night?
It's hard to say in a few words. We both have our significant others with us. Brittany and Hillary got engaged this week as well. But it's so much bigger than the two of us. It's about all of Team USA. It's about all the folks back home who support us and all the future Olympians who are watching tonight and getting inspired.
Somebody was asking on the Milton Heat and Air text line, who was the leading medal
Norway.
country? Norway won?
Yeah.
And then the United States was second?
Yep.
Was it close?
I think Norway had at least a 6-medal advantage, maybe more, maybe less, but yeah, Norway they dominated throughout.
Let's go to college basketball now. It was a very good Saturday, a lot of great games. This is Cincinnati pulling off the upset against Kansas.
Thomas, get a look. Missed it from 3. Offensive rebound. Celestine, money inside. Chum rocks the rim. A huge win for the Cincinnati Bearcats in Lawrence as they knock off Kansas.
84-68 your final. Beat them by 16. Bad loss for Kansas. A lot of questions about what's going on at Kansas with the team, their star, and how they're playing down the stretch. Now we go to Duke and Michigan Saturday night. It was a matchup of 2 of the best 4 teams in the country, maybe a preview of the national championship game.
Johnson drawing the assignment of Boozer early, and it is Evans taking it to the rim. 3-point game, inside 2 minutes to go. Good pass. Boozer for 3.
It was just an awesome game. Duke wins 68-63. I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, Michigan's about to run away with this. Then I'd watch, oh, no, here comes Duke. Duke's going to win this thing. And then Michigan would come back and be like, yeah, Michigan's going to win. And then it was Duke. It wraps it up. That was an entertaining game. And if we get another one of those later on in April, it'll be a great game to watch.
A lot of good basketball left. Conference tournaments coming up, stretch run into the regular season, and then, of course, NCAA tournament.
Got 2 more weeks left in SEC play. A&M, Florida this week. Next week, Texas at home, and then finish up at Missouri. And then the following week will be SEC tournament. So 3 weeks, then March Madness, 4 weeks. Wow. It's crazy to think when we're back here next Monday, it's March. This is the last week of February.
February always goes by fast.
Let's go to some Major League Baseball. This is Jeff Kent. I guess this was from back in the day, he and A-Rod.
Yeah, he's telling a story from back in the day. Yeah.
A-Rod, he was your size, and he came in hard on you. And you know, you survived it, but I think you got banged up a little bit on that.
You went on the deal for a little bit.
Yeah, I did. He tore my knee up. He slid and rolled his fat ass past the base. The son of a, and put me out for a little while. I was not happy about that because he was a middle infielder and we were beating him up pretty good. He didn't need to be doing that.
Should have respect for your fellow middle infielders. Try to take care of each other. Well, speaking of injuries, got Tiger Woods. We played it on Friday about the possibility of ruling out the Masters. And he said, nope, not ruling it out. Here's some more about the Masters.
Is there a possibility that you can get out there?
There is.
That's exciting.
Would you play a tournament before that? I don't know. I don't know whether it's regular tour, senior tour, or member guest. I don't know.
Senior tour? What?
Yeah. So he went over all the possibilities there.
Member guest? How would you like to be the guest for member guest with Tiger Woods?
That'd be amazing.
How much would you pay? As much as you could afford, I'm sure. Let's bring in Kane. Kane, what's going on?
What's going on there on Wesley?
It's all good.
Yeah, I watched that whole hockey match the other day, man, and I loved it. And I watched Duke and Michigan game, too. Those officials that called that game, I like to see them call the rest of Arkansas games because they didn't show no favoritism. They called the game down the middle.
And they let them play.
I loved it. But I have three things I need to ask you and Joe a question, then I'm going to hang up because I'm going to Texas Roadhouse. Acuff, should he be freshman of the year in the SEC? Should he make first team all SEC? Should he be the SEC player of the year?
All three.
Let me hang up and you guys talk about it.
All right, thanks, Kane. Enjoy.
All of the above, Kane. He's working his way and making a position for him to be all three of those. Play good down this stretch, and he'll have a great chance to win all of them.
I was going to answer yes, yes, and yes. No-brainer, he is the freshman of the year. No-brainer, he is first team All-SEC. And I think with 4 more of his just Acuff games, he's your SEC player of the year. He now leads the SEC in scoring and assists. That doesn't happen. And the dude's getting it done. And he's taking care of the ball. And he's playing almost the entire game. I mean, you think about it, he goes from playing 50 minutes against Alabama, and they held him out for, 5 minutes and 20 seconds? Yeah, so he played 34 minutes and 40 seconds. Malik Thomas played the most the other night, 36 minutes and 49 seconds. Malik played well, man. Malik, that's one thing. If it's not for Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas and Nate Ament are in a battle for freshman of the year in the SEC. Malik's been really good. He was 2 for 3 from the three-point line. His three-point shooting percentage just keeps going up and up and up in SEC play.
He played well in the last game against Bama.
Yeah.
And shot well.
They both. What was Acuff? 1 for 3. He didn't take as many threes against Missouri.
But Malik Thomas, he's been playing really good all year.
They shot the ball well again from the three-point line. They were, for the game, 44.4%. I mean, you will take that every single night. You're going to have that against Florida. You're going to have to make some threes and outplay their guards. But I love the way the shooting is coming on. And Brazil did a little better from the three-point line. He made 2 of 7. He's been struggling. He was 1 for his last 9. So that's a little better. And free throws were awesome. 22 of 25 from the free throw line. In a close game, and you know, it was nip and tuck for a while, but that's what gets it, and you win by 8. You don't make your free throws. Next thing you know, it may be a 1-possession game down the stretch. That gave them that little buffer to hold Missouri off the entire time. Shot 52.5% from the floor. So it was another good shooting night. The difference, Missouri shot well from the floor because they got a bunch of layups, inside shots. Did not hit as many threes. They were 33% to Arkansas's 44%. And then they didn't hit free throws like Arkansas. They were 17 of 23, 74%, and Arkansas's 88%. There you go. That's basketball, we can break it down and do the X's and O's, but sometimes it's about making shots. And Arkansas just made more shots than Missouri.
Yeah, and few plays here and there decide every game pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And another thing Arkansas does really well, and they did it again Saturday night, 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers for the entire game. I mean, that's phenomenal. And you think about it, I think some of them were offensive fouls. I know the one on Brazil. Brazil's only turnover. Acuff was he had just gotten the ball out of bounds and was dribbling up the court, and Brazil saw that they were pressuring him, and he runs back down the court to set a screen. Well, he never got set because Acuff took off running, and Brazil's running the other way in opposite directions, and he basically form tackled the defender. And I'm like, it was just bad play, but if Acuff doesn't take off quickly and his guy doesn't take off quickly, Brazil gets there to set the screen. But because they both took off running at the same time, it was just a collision. You're just like, oh, what a cluster. That was a mess. So that was one of their 5 turnovers. Billy had 3, and Ewan had 1. I think that was on an illegal screen. I can't remember. All right, let's take a break. Oh, one other note I was going to say. Atlanta Falcons are going to franchise tag Kyle Pitts, their tight end. That just came across.
It's a great move on their part. Mm-hmm. He's really crucial to that offense, and he probably expects to get a lot more production now with Kevin Stefanski as their head coach.
They said the tight end class for the draft is really weak, and there's not a lot of quality free agents, so it just makes sense for Atlanta to franchise tag him. All right, we'll take a break. We'll take some phone calls when we come back, 661-1037. I'll also check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Y'all can be involved for the last 30 minutes. We don't have anything else scheduled. So go ahead and join the show. This is Out of Bounds.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
This is SportsCenter.
For the first time in Olympic history, Team USA completed a sweep of hockey gold medals in the men's and women's events at the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics, as the men won an overtime match 2-1 over the Canadian team. In nearly identical fashion, the U.S. women's team also beat Canada 2-1 in overtime. The United States is only the second country in history to sweep gold medals in men's and women's hockey during the same Olympic Games, joining who else but Canada, which did so 3 times in 2002, 2010, and 2014. The men's team had not won a gold medal since the famed Miracle on Ice team, who defeated the Soviet Union 46 years ago. And on Saturday, the Razorback men's basketball team defeated Missouri 94-86. It was Billy Richmond III leading the team in scoring with 21 points, and Darius Acuff Jr. had 20 points on the night. I'm Trip Keeter for the Buzz Radio Network.
Stick around after each Razorback basketball game for the Bet Saracen Basketball Postgame Show with Wes Moore and Christian Weaver, live from Walk-Ons in Little Rock. Bet Saracen is the leader in sports betting in Arkansas. Make sure you have your Bet Saracen app downloaded to your mobile device. Get the best sports betting app in Arkansas and start winning today.
Orange is not your color, and stripes are for zebras. It's criminal not to hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. When in war, you need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all criminal-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. They restore, you recover.
There's only one dealer who gives you the convenience of 16 locations with 7 brands, over 5,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to shop. I'm, of course, talking about Crane Automotive Team. The Crane Team backs every vehicle with the Crane commitment, including a love it or leave it exchange policy and a 100,000-mile warranty. If your vehicle doesn't have the Crane Team Automotive Team sticker on the back, then you probably paid too much. Visit one of their 16 locations today or online at craneteam.com.
On these cold winter mornings, there is no better way to warm up than with a hot cup of community coffee. And there's no better place to get that than at Family Market. and it's bean to cup at every location, so it's always guaranteed to be fresh. And with every large cup of community coffee, you also receive 5 cents off a gallon of All-American Valero gasoline when you use your Family Market Rewards card. So visit your favorite local Family Market store today in Pangburn, Shannon Hills, Malvern, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and Wooster.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
This is Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. It's a new year, and we're kicking it off with an inventory blowout sale. We're taking up to $4,000 off 2025 inventory. Whether you've had your eye on it, been dreaming about it, or waiting for the perfect time, this is your moment. At HJ Trailer Sales, we pride ourselves on exceptional customer service and reliability. Kick off the year right, save big, and start fresh with up to $4,000 off 2025 inventory. Visit HJ Trailer Sales today, off Albert Pike in Hot Springs, or online at hjtrailersales.com.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning for Check-In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo in Russellville, where you can get rates as low as 0.99% on Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides, and huge end-of-year savings with rebates up to $3,500 plus additional in-store discounts.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, online at TruService.net.
Yeah. And you say Shy City, Shy City, Shy City. I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Yeah. Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. I met this girl when I was 3 years old.
Back at it. It is Out of Bounds. I'm Wes Moore. He's Joe Franklin. Got about 25 minutes to go before we're out of here on this Monday. A fun Monday. Weekend recap brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Good weekend for Arkansas. Basketball team beats Missouri. Sweep over Xavier. Softball sweeps. So gymnastics is ranked in the top 10. Rolling right now. Golf's doing well. Let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. I finally figured out what. I felt bad because I was just lost on Jack's text. But it hit me when I read it again. Jack from Hot Springs says, Wes, they're going to always remember when they lose, but if they win from something you said, you probably will never hear about it. He was talking about my predictions, my picks, my bets. You're exactly right, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Yes. But I don't expect the pat on the back, but I know I'm going to hear it when I'm wrong. That's part of it. That's part of making picks and having opinions. Sometimes you're wrong. Let's go here, Middleton Heat and Air. Why do we make Arkansas, Missouri in football a big deal? Shouldn't Shelter Insurance sponsor the Battle Line rivalry for all sports when Arkansas and Missouri play against each other? Yeah, football is the sponsorship. That's the king. That's where they're spending the money, and they're trying to make it a big deal to create a rivalry. But as we've seen, it really hasn't taken off here. And now they've moved that game from the day after Thanksgiving or the weekend of Thanksgiving. And now LSU's back.
Focus is back on LSU.
It sure is. I'm glad LSU's back that Friday after Thanksgiving. It just seems right. But, yeah, why they try to make it a big deal, I don't know. No one knows. 501 says, I'm glad Cam Boozer is athletic. Watching Carlos Boozer was like watching Joakim Noah shoot free throws. Cam is good. He's a good player.
Well, he's a player in today's game, and his dad wasn't in today's game. So any of the players you see playing now, they're going to emulate, and they're going to be more like what's happening now. And that's why you see bigs that they play inside like Boozer, but they also can step out and shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is they're handling the ball better.
Yeah. Norway had a total of 41 medals for the 2026 Winter Olympics, including 18 golds, whereas the United States came in second with 33 medals, including 12 golds, 12 silvers, 9 bronze. So 8 behind.
Yeah, and Norway even set records for their country as well with golds and, I believe, overall medals, but definitely with golds.
Heard a story this morning on the radio. One woman for the United States came in 4th place, 3 different events.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
If
she was that close.
Yeah. If Acuff isn't the player of the year, then who else would be in there for it? You've got Alabama's LeBaron Philon. You've got, I don't think, Mississippi State's, what's his name, Mississippi State, the good shooter, had 35. Hubbard, yeah. He had 35 in the first half of the night. Acuff had 49. I think he finished that night with 40-something. Josh Hubbard. Some people, some of the coaches probably wouldn't. Some of the members of the media, because he's on a struggling team and probably gets to shoot a little bit more often, he won't get as many votes. Florida's like a 3-headed monster with those guys, so I don't think the player of the year comes. Now, Chinnilou's, I think, hands down, as obvious as it is that Acuff is the freshman of the year, Chinnilou's the defensive player of the year. The way he impacts a game, rebounding, block shots, defense. I think it's probably between those two. And right now, because of the 49-point game, Acuff has taken over the lead in the scoring average from Philon. I would say if the season ended right now, Darius is the freshman of the year. The SEC player of the year. But that's off the heels of that 49-point game. Just throwing out a scenario, if Acuff stays at his average around 20 a game here on out, and Philon has one of those monster games, then you might see a little of the trend and talk going to his side. So the race isn't over. We still got 4 games to play out. Jeff writes in and says, wouldn't a 3 or a 6 seed be better than a 4 or 5? That way we would play the number 1 seed later if we get there. Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about going as far as you can go and playing as many, I mean, that's what I enjoy about it, when they're still alive and you got another game to look forward to. So, yeah, I mean, now if the goal is to win the national championship, doesn't matter. You're going to play a number 1 seed at some point, most likely, to get to the Final Four. And then you're going to play some more number 1 seeds, most likely, to get to the championship game or win the championship. So they're going to get there. But
yeah, a 2 or a 3 does put you in a good position, because if it plays out, then you're going to play that number 1 seed going into a Final Four.
I think now for a 3 seed, you got to beat A&M in Florida this week. You'll get a huge boost to beat Florida at Florida. Their net ranking right now is 7, I want to say. I got the net rankings pulled up. Yeah, Florida's number 7 in the country. So you go on the road and beat number 7 Florida in the net ranking, and Arkansas is at 20. That'll give them a little boost, get them up there. Texas, A&M, their net ranking is 42, so you're not going to get much beating them at home if you beat them. And the same with Texas. Texas net ranking is 39. Unfortunately, that's not a quad 1 victory, beating them at home. Where's Auburn? Auburn is they've slipped to 33. Need to get Auburn up into the top 30. That would become a quad 1 victory, beating Auburn at home. Auburn's got work to do. Auburn's net ranking's at 33. That's what's saving them right now. They have some important games down the stretch. These last 4 games, they need to get some wins, because Lenardi's bracketology that came out this morning, I want to say, has Auburn as one of the last 4 teams in, or last 4 with a bye. Like they're now getting in the conversation. So Auburn needs to finish strong and not lose to a team they shouldn't lose to in the SEC tournament. They're not a gimme. Auburn and Missouri, they're the two teams in the SEC that you got to keep an eye on. Right now, Lenardi has 11 SEC teams getting into the NCAA tournament.
Well, that means the two of them will definitely get in.
But they're right there. They're on the bubble. Let's see here. Auburn this week. Ooh, they go to Oklahoma. Now that would be a quad one victory on the road. That's a must. They need that. That's tomorrow night, by the way, 8:00 on ESPNU. Very important game. And Missouri's hosting Tennessee. That's a big chance for Missouri to kind of cement their place in the NCAA tournament. Tennessee's got a good net ranking of 17, so that would be a quad one victory for them. It's a good week. Georgia, Vandy, Texas, Florida tomorrow night, along with Arkansas A&M Wednesday night. Georgia, Vandy, Florida, Texas is Wednesday night. I'm sorry. And Saturday, let's look ahead. You have, besides Arkansas, Florida, 7:30 on ESPN, by the way. Texas at Texas A&M, another good game. Alabama, Tennessee. Auburn hosts Ole Miss. Must win. Cannot lose to Ole Miss at home. And Missouri goes to Mississippi State. Missouri needs to win that. So it's a big week for both Auburn and Missouri. They got a chance to go 2-0 and get off of that bubble. What is the advantage from the player's perspective for being franchise tagged? Get all that money at once? Big 20-something million. Like Pickens would get like 28, 29 million.
Yeah, you get paid within the top 5, but it's for 1 year. And that's why you find a lot of players that are against it because they're looking for a long-term deal. They want some financial security for years. And within that 1 year, get paid a lot, but you're taking a risk for injury, which means if you get injured in that year, you're probably not going to get the money that you're garnering in a long-term deal. So that's why you find many players that are against it, but some, they take the Kirk Cousins approach, and you find that quarterbacks will do that, where quarterbacks are like, okay, well, if you're going to franchise me, that means I'm going to get anywhere between 55 and maybe over 60 mil now. And so for one season, that's great money for them. And they have a chance to play on a prove-it deal.
Yeah. Yeah, for the player advantage, it's you're being paid on average of the top 5 players at your position. But you got to stay healthy, have another productive year in hopes of then getting the free agent deal that you're hoping to get and a big signing bonus. Earl sent me a picture of the medal count. Earl, thank you. I appreciate that. Ron in Pine Bluff says it's a classic, fantastic day. Awesome day. 501, what's our defensive metric ranking? I do not know. I have to look that up. It was improving and was getting better after the Mississippi State and LSU game. But then I'm sure the last 2 games giving up the 115, 17 points to Alabama and 86 to Missouri, and their shooting percentage and points per possession, I'm sure that metric has gone down a little bit. Defense hasn't been nearly as good the last 2 games. Let's take a break. Our last one of the day. We will wrap this thing up when we come back. We'll have time to take a phone call if you want to, 661-1037. 661-1037. We'll take a look at some of the games for tonight. No SEC games, but still some really good college basketball games tonight. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc or West Memphis. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all top brands, specializing in unique customized lifted and leveled used trucks, including 4-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also, looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto Sales pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
Arkansas is worth protecting. This is Secretary of State Cole Jester, Republican candidate for Arkansas Land Commissioner. As a constitutional lawyer and a strong conservative, I've fought to stop foreign countries like China from buying our farmland and made it easier to do business in Arkansas by cutting business filing times by 90%. That has earned the trust of leaders like Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Arkansas needs a land commissioner who will protect our state from foreign influence and defend our freedom and way of life. That's why I'm voting for Cole Jester for land commissioner. Cole Jester helped me win the fight to kick communist China off of our farmland and to ban men from women's sports. And as our Secretary of State, he helped make Arkansas #1 in the country for election integrity. Please join me in voting for a great conservative, Cole Jester, for land commissioner.
As land commissioner, I will put Arkansas families first. I'm Cole Jester, and I would be honored to have your vote on March 3rd.
Paid for by Cole for Commissioner. Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. To understand the zeitgeist of the last half-century in America, you need to know the work of one Cornelius Crane Chevy Chase. He exploded on the scene in 1975 on a new show called Saturday Night Live and has been part of the entertainment firmament ever since. Chase's brilliance as a physical comedian morphed into a funny, quirky leading man from characters such as Irwin Fletcher and Clark Griswold and others. CNN has a new documentary titled, I'm Chevy Chase and You're Not. It is a fascinating look at a complicated man who has brought much enjoyment to Americans. Doublebee's has also brought a lot of enjoyment to Americans, at least the Americans who are lucky enough to live in Arkansas. Come on by a Doublebee's today to grab a drink, a snack, or a tank of gas. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Did that storm knock you off track? Well, here's your second chance, man. At Low T Center, they're extending their New Year's promos to give you the new start that you need in February. If you've been feeling exhausted, maybe you've lost that sex drive, book you a free testosterone test at Centergenics and Low T Center. No risk, no commitments, just answers. You can also pick up discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you're there if need be. Look, this deal ain't going to last forever, man. Head over to lowtcenter.com or Centergenics.com and book your free TRT appointment and do it today.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Well, I shuffled through the city on a 4th of July, had a firecracker waiting to blow, breaking like a rival who was making his way to the sea.
Final segment. It is Out of Bounds. I'm Wes Moore. He's Joe Franklin. If you want to jump in here, we can take a call, 661-1037. The baseball rankings are out for this week. Arkansas is ranked number 4 by Perfect Game, number 6 by D1 Baseball, the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, and the USA Today Coaches Poll. Baseball America has Arkansas number 9. Arkansas is off to a 6-1 start after sweeping Xavier over the weekend. Man, Saturday was a lot of fun. Went to walk-ons and they had the baseball game on and the basketball game. But the Diamond Hogs, in kind of dramatic fashion, they jumped out to a nice lead on Saturday, scoring first. Did they score in the first inning every single game? 3. Yeah, they did. Scored in the first inning. Friday, it was the afternoon game, and Cam Koshel hit that 3-run home run. Then Saturday, they had a 2-0 lead after one. Then yesterday, a 3-0 lead after Ryder Helfrich hit the home run in the first inning. So, yeah, they jumped out on top of Xavier all 3 games. Xavier was able to come back in the Saturday's game. They had back-to-back home runs off of Parker Coyle. Parker Coyle came in and was dealing. I mean, just nasty. They couldn't do anything with him. And then he gives up a kind of a wind-aided home run, I would say maybe. But back-to-back home runs, and all of a sudden you kind of felt comfortable with Parker Coyle rolling. It was 6-4, and then just like that, you blink your eye, and the game was tied at 6, and it stayed that way until the bottom of the ninth, and Arkansas walked it off, and walk-ons erupted, and pretty cool, pretty fun to be there and then to watch the Razorback game. I invite you out. Come on out Wednesday night. It is going to be a little later, 8 o'clock start against Texas A&M. Then Saturday night, 7:30 against Florida. And you got Razorback baseball Tuesday and Wednesday this week against Arkansas State. But how about Cam Koshel over the weekend? He was the hero in Game 1 with the 3-run home run to start the game. And then on Saturday, he hit for the cycle so quietly because he had hit a home run, a triple, and a double early and got on late in the game. And then they walked him off with Kuia Aloy. And so the excitement of the walk-off kind of, with Cam getting the cycle,